Work so hard. You show up every day, you do what's expected of you. But deep down, you know the truth. One paycheck shouldn't decide how your life turns out. But what if your evenings meant progress? What if your weekends built freedom? What if your laptop became more than just a screen? This isn't about quitting your job. It's about giving yourself options. While others crawl, you start building. Quietly, consistently, and on your own terms. No pressure, no guessing. Just a clear system you can run after work, before work, or whenever life gives you a turn. That's what Goldmine on hustlesafrica.com is for.
Tuesday. Haikuzo. Makasi ni watafute uongozi pamoja wasitafute.
Kweli una maana gani? Una maana wewe. Ni binadamu ya mavya.
Ama shamba yetu harambe.
Nguruwe kujikanga na mafuta yake. Na Afrika itakwisha.
Padani ya gosho. Ngai no mwega. Naendesho de.
Wakati hiyo ilikuwa ukisema ngwe ndani. Ngwe.
Negotiable. All of us, irrespective of who we are, our persuasion, our political leaning, whatever it is that we believe in, we must have a peaceful nation. I want to assure you as the people of Kenya that we will have peaceful elections next year. Tutakuwa na uchaguzi wa amani mwaka ujao. Kwa sababu elections come and go. This nation must remain firm and united and stable. Kwa hivyo, we are going to do everything possible to make sure that this nation is stable. Tulikuwa na mchanganyiko kidogo hapo nyuma wakati mambo ya uhalifu ilizidi na hatukukubaliana kama taifa hii uhalifu tutakabiliana nayo namna gani. Sababu mara tulikuwa tunawaita hawa ambao wanaleta fujo, wanachoma mali ya watu, wanaharibu biashara ya watu. Tunasema hawa watu wasiguzwe, ni watoto wetu. Lakini tumeona ile hasara inapatikana. Sababu wamegraduate sasa kutoka maandamano, wamekuja wakakuwa goons. Wanaleta fujo kila mahali. So tumekubaliana hawa goons tuwashughulikie wote. Hakuna mtu ataruhusiwa kuendesha uhalifu na kuharibu amani katika taifa letu la Kenya. Kila kiongozi apatiwe nafasi ya kujieleza. Wale wenye wako na agenda waeleze agenda zao. Wale wako na mpango waeleze mipango yao. Wale wako na sera waeleze sera zao. Hata wale hawana mpango, hawana sera, hawana agenda pia wapate nafasi ya kuzungumza. No problem. Lakini sote tuhakikisha kwamba
nataka niwaonyeshe pesa ile tumeokota leo. Nipatie hiyo pesa iko hapo ndani. Pesa ya wananchi. Pesa ya wananchi. Haya. Tulianza pale Kiminini. Hii mfuko ni pesa imejaa. Hii ni pesa. Ngoja. Unaona hii pesa? Hii ni ya soko ya Kiminini. Tayari wamejaza mafuta ya Sifuna kwenda rally ambayo tunaenda next kule Homa Bay. Ndio hii pesa. Haya. Tukafika Kamukuywa. Unaona hii debe? Hii yote ni pesa ya soko ya Kamukuywa. Wamesema tukitoka Homa Bay tuende Meru. Nataka niwaulize watu wa Kimilili. Kuna mahali hamtaki tuende? Tuombe kura kila mahali. Tuende mpaka Meru. Mimi sitawaangusha. lakini na nyinyi msiniangushe, si ndio? Hatutaki pesa ya hao mabilionea wakae na pesa yao. Mimi nataka nikuwe na deni ya mwananchi wa kawaida. Hiyo shilingi 10 yako ambayo umetupa kwa baby, wakati naingia hata nikipunguza mafuta na shilingi 10, si nitakuwa nimekurudishia pesa yako? Ama mnaonaje? Nikitoa hii housing levy ya Ruto, si nitakuwa nimekurudishia 10 bob yako? Mimi nataka nikuwe na deni yenu, sio deni ya maperi watakuja kunisumbua wanataka matenda ya barabara, kwa sababu tunataka kukomboa nchi. Kimilili oye! Kimilili oye! Sema one time Ruto asikie. Mtatembea na sisi? Nione kwa mikono kama mtatembea na sisi. Asante sana na Mungu awabariki.
All right, hello there, people of the internet. It is Sifuna's nation, not Ruto's anymore. Thank you very much for joining this wonderful conversation today. And I am with Odhiambo Otieno, who is completely shocked and taken aback because he thought that Sifuna was a passing cloud. But now he has to lazima tea, right? I'm with Joachim. Joachim has nothing to do with Linda Wanainchi. I think Joachim is right inside Wamunyoro because that is where his boss has been making a mecca. You know, and then we have Miruka, who is, I think, is a sympathizer of Matiang'i, but you know, where is Matiang'i going? All right. So I want to. We have another gentleman who is going to be joining us here shortly. Mr. Adrian, who has been smiling ear to ear. He's a very, very happy man. Odhiambo, I want to welcome you to Nairobi, and I want to welcome you to Sifuna's world.
Thank you.
How are you doing, my brother?
Amazing.
How shocked are you? How taken aback are you?
I'm actually encouraged.
You are encouraged?
I'm encouraged, and I'm happy that Sifuna listens.
Okay.
These are the things we've been talking about for a long time.
Okay.
And we've been providing constructive criticism. As one of the people who, of course, loved Sifuna from the start. Okay. We provided very constructive criticism in the metamorphosis, not because we dislike him, but because I like him a lot. And I believe he's the other alternative that this country can have that can provide meaningful leadership to this country moving forward. So yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the country. This is a big win. Yeah. Yeah. How big is it? It's I mean, Ruto has decided to switch off K24 on him, and I think KTN, Mr. Joachim was on K24 earlier today, and they went dark mid-air. So that is, I'm not sure. Joachim was on K24? Yes, he was on K24, and they were switched off. You can tell us more. Why was he saying nonsense there? He actually posted it. So what is going on? What is the idea? What do you think is the bigger picture of switching off TV when people are live? Because everybody is online. So I'm wondering how this is going to work for him.
I tried to make sense of it. Okay. To try and see why switch off a TV like K24 when you know social media is taking over. Yeah. But I realized it was an Aluya issue.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Really?
The two brothers were panicking.
Wetangula, Odhiambo calls them the Akina Okwa.
Yes.
Okay.
The Siamese twins from Sabatia and Mohueya. Yeah. They were panicking, and I also checked the CEO of the CAK. He's called David Mogonyi. He comes from where Musalia comes from. Okay. So it was a Aluya issue, say, bwana hapana onyesha watu this is our demise. Okay. So can you make people blind? But it was a little bit too late.
How did it exactly happen? What was happening? You just the steamer ilienda off, ama you were told that the signals are off?
No, the show stops mid-air. Then the producer walks in and says, "I'm very sorry, guys. We are shutting down."
What does that mean, shutting down?
Okay, what's going on? So we are being told.
By who?
He told me the car was outside.
Which car?
From Communications.
Communications Authority.
Yes, and they were being asked to cut live stream.
Okay.
Of the rally in Kandui. It was just a few minutes before Sifuna walked into the venue in Kandui. Okay. So we were given 20 minutes to just wind up.
So they were gracious enough.
Hey, they were gracious enough. So K24 was saying they will switch to Starlink and get the internet. but I had to leave when I found out that the press media is being curtailed. So that for you to know that you are being effective, the person who is perceived to be your rival should come up with pushback techniques, and we can see them. So our two brothers, they can't believe that they are no longer gatekeepers.
So Ruto has nothing to do with it?
No, it has everything to do with Ruto.
Because for them to do it, they have to go to Ruto and ask, hey, please, let us do this. Then he gives them a go-ahead. Yes. It has to come from him, but it has to be pushed by the two brothers.
Yeah,
yes.
Akina Okwa.
Yes.
Miruka, what do you think? Is this necessary in the age of social media?
It is not necessary, but we can also not assume that everybody is on social media. The traditional media still plays its part. Considering that many people would have been tuning into K24 and KTN to watch the rally, and you see the media creates the perception. So when people see what is happening in Bungoma and Kitale, definitely the whole country and the mood will be bracing to the fact that people are embracing Sifuna. And that is why actually later when you realize the president posted in his official X account and said the opposition are an existential threat to our country. They're not only a threat to our economy, but also to the future of our children. So probably from where they stand, they see that as a threat because numbers will keep coming large, and that is going to affect them in terms of being dethroned, as people are now saying they're illegitimate.
Yeah. But I'm not just wondering, Odhiambo, who watches K24? I mean, this is a serious panic. I mean, and the other question is, why is Citizen not carrying Sifuna live?
I don't know.
Why are you mute, Odhiambo?
I don't know. You ask Citizen, you ask K24. I don't know.
I want to come to the lawyer here, who has been missing in action, Mr. The lawyer to Linda, one of the tip-top lawyers to Linda Wanainchi. Use that camera, please. So I want to ask you, Ms. Adian, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, what is going on? Why do you think that the government decides that the media cannot be allowed to stream live your event?
It is because the government noticed the numbers. In fact, after yesterday's rally, there were a lot of people who were looking up to stream today's rally in Bungoma. So even the communication authority can see the number of people who are tuned in watching Sifuna, and they noticed the amount of people who were tuned in, especially in those mainstream media. Because if you understand the demographic of people, especially just like you stated, in the rural areas of Bungoma, Western, Nyanza, most of them rely on these traditional mainstream medias for live stream coverage.
Yeah.
And just like Raila used to have his rallies in Nyanza, you could see that most of the times we would always be so eager to tune in and see the procession of Raila in one particular region.
Yeah.
You know, when he makes those remarkable rallies across the country. So it is the same thing. People have heard of the wave of Sifuna coming in Western region, and they decided that they have to tune in and see what is happening.
Yeah.
And the best part about it is that, Sifuna is now the biggest talk of town. So you're seeing that K24, KTN are actually live streaming his rallies, not as an advertised program, but they just decided to stream it. So that is why the government saw the numbers, and they decided that now we have to take action and actually derail the live streaming of Sifuna. So typically that is what happened.
Yeah, people are saying that Citizen was live was live.
Citizen Digital.
Citizen Digital, not the TV.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Was it live?
But I like what I'm saying.
Citizen was not live. Citizen was only live for a few minutes.
Citizen Digital was live.
Yes,
so when they are highlights.
Yes, the full coverage was happening with KTN and K24, especially K24. It was doing the full coverage of the rally.
What do you mean by full coverage?
Full coverage, procession, the entire rally for over 4 hours or 5 hours.
Okay.
So, but I like what I'm saying. I have seen President Ruto in Amagoro. in Busia. Today, Western Kenya was a host to 3 rallies. The broad-based wannabes in Kakamega.
The broad-based wannabes?
Yes.
Who are those?
the Junettes of this world.
Yeah.
Who are saying that they want Oparanya to take over as deputy president. And another team of people who are doing everything under the sun. They are training how they will be an opposition in past 2027. It was President Ruto in Amagoro. And he spoke like a person who is in opposition.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a good rehearsal. We wish him well in 2027, where he will be constantly on top of his SUV, telling Kenyans that free education is bad. He will be telling Kenyans that free healthcare is bad for business. And we wish him well in that rehearsal. He looks like he will do a good job as an opposition in
the last time we were here, this gentleman, Mr. Adrian, implored you to consider joining Linda Wanainchi. What is that? How is that going? Have you decided to join it? Because I think you should.
What do you mean join Linda Wanainchi?
Yeah, but he was asking you to join Linda Wanainchi. Why are you not asking him to join Linda Wanainchi?
So how do you leave a party to join a movement?
Huh?
It's a movement. There are people there in
That
ODM.
is a very wrong statement.
No.
That
It's
is
a
very
movement.
wrong sentiment.
I think so too.
Against Linda Wanainchi.
No.
How do you say you cannot join Linda Wanainchi because it's a movement?
No, I am saying this, that you can't say you've left a party to join a movement.
What does that mean?
It
What does that mean?
It means that you can even be part of the movement while you are in your party.
So you are part
There
of the
is no
Linda Wanainchi
problem.
movement?
There is no problem.
Joachim should just
I have said here, time without number, that I am their friend.
All right.
So why are they not satisfied
Joachim is
with
just-
me being their friend?
Joachim is trying to make a backhanded criticism of Linda Wanainchi.
How?
That is very wrong.
How is it
He's trying
criticism?
to say that the reason why I'm in Sifuna party is because there's a party and I'm not going to Linda Wanainchi because there is no party there.
No, he has decided to misunderstand my statement, and he has all the freedom to do that.
Okay.
But I am only saying that you can't say you've left a party to join a movement. You can only
Pauline
be part of
Njoroge
the
has left
movement.
Jubilee party and he has joined Linda Wanainchi movement.
Yes.
Yes, that makes her peculiar, which I'm not. Ni freedom, ni democracy.
No, Joachim, you just tell
But Joachim also, I have seen you are doing a lot of posts on Linda Wanainchi.
No, I have only made 2 posts. When what did I post yesterday?
You see, the people are saying to me that join your lawyer brothers and take over the country.
What do you mean join my lawyer brothers?
Cleophas Malala and Sifuna are your lawyer brothers.
Is it a lawyer issue to take over the leadership of the country?
I don't know.
It's a whole country issue. And I think what's happening in
perhaps what they're saying is that you're going to be a very big added voice. Suppose that you've taken your time to actually put all your effort behind Linda Wanainchi. It will be unformidable, But now you're here talking about debt and what
and Jagero
and bankers.
and Jagero, we must be very fair to ourselves.
Okay.
And fair in this manner.
Okay.
That we have been clear that rallies are very good.
Okay.
They can win you votes.
Okay.
But that's not how you run a country. You see, I was saying today on K24 that those hands that were waving at Sifuna in acknowledgement, they can be the same hands that shall be raised to say you must go. So for us, we are wary. We don't want to be buried by the euphoria.
Yes, okay.
We are saying that even as we tandaza the country with the euphoric crowds, we must be aware of what awaits us when we get into government.
The person that was telling me this was very clear that we have seen that Jimmy has gone to his brother in the mountain. It is time that our brother also joins our brother down there, because we don't know what they are talking about in the mountain. I want us to go back there. So as he adds voice to his brother in the mountain, you are adding voice to your brother. And he was telling me that you can bring all the debt issue and embed it on the manifesto of Linda Wanainchi. There is no issue. But for sure they need your voice there. Because I mean,
I acknowledge their hunger and thirst for my expertise.
My expertise.
and it is good to hear that. But now, there are things that are called regional mobilization for the national good. And it's happening everywhere. And what is happening in Western today, according to our culture, tunasema tunakupeana.
Yes.
Tunakusevola.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what they have done. And they have all my blessings. So whatever is, and again, one day is a very long time in politics.
Yes.
I am sure some of these fears that we have on this show shall not be there in the next few months.
I'm going to ask Odhiambo on this same issue of you joining Linda Wanainchi. But somebody also, this person told me that Jagero asked Joachim what he loses by throwing his entire weight, sweat and blood behind Linda Wanainchi. You know, it is, he was telling me there is a clear way of you becoming the senator of Nairobi. You go back and back Sifuna. Sifuna blesses you.
Or you don't want the blessing of Sifuna.
Yeah, Sifuna blesses you and tells him that, because Sifuna has not laid a hand on anybody to really sit and I think you are the strongest. Everybody agrees that you are the best debater in town.
I wonder why all of a sudden people care so much about what they want me to be. I don't know if it's genuine love or something else. But at the end of the day, I'm not worried and I'm not panicking, because Godspeed. Godspeed. Things are going to fall into place.
Sifuna need everybody with the political muscle, and Joachim has got some. Do you tell Joachim to go to Linda Wanainchi and remain where he is? What do you tell him?
I'm very skeptical of Joachim's political muscle. I know he has the wave. But the muscle, maybe it's...
How then define for me the muscle?
Political muscle is normally defined in several ways, but one is the logistical capacity. Joachim is severely underfunded in the base camp where he operates from.
All right.
That's an attack.
Just a minute. No, just a minute, Joachim. You had the time to say you have money, but you didn't.
I think it's severely underfunded. And that then heavily impacts upon his capacity to move around. That's why he can't go to Kandui. He's in Nairobi. And you know, in Nairobi you can walk around, you can trek. But Kandui you need some Gazla that can take you down, or at least some. So it's severely underfunded, and it's difficult for him to go around with a basket.
But you cannot talk about Sifuna and you cannot talk about Safina and underfunding in the same statement. What do you mean?
No, there is. I strongly believe that somebody is curtailing the activities of Joachim in Safina party. And we can see Joachim, of course, would want to protect his bosses at Safina. I know the big man loves him, but there must be somebody in between who doesn't like him, because he's very effective. But then he will outshine that fellow. And that fellow does not like him. And that fellow, I don't know him. It's a girl, it's a man, I don't know. But the reality is, where there is money, you can see money.
There is a political cock blocker.
It's a political cock blocker at Safina party. That is a fact. That's one. Number two, I think Joachim has the oratory skills and prowess to be able to speak about the issues that concern this country very well. He has proven beyond measurable doubt that his power lies in his tongue. And he can do that perfectly, and he's doing that. And you've given him a very good chance throughout. to sell. I think Sifuna Party has been more popular on political headache than any other platform.
Okay.
And that is because of him. So on that point, his cost big time.
Okay.
Does Joachim have the power to mobilize?
Okay.
Again, it goes back to the logistical challenge. Because mobilization in Kenya, unfortunately, goes to supplying airtime and people being able to move from point A to point B. But lastly, there is the question of having the power to punish and reward in politics, and that's loyalty. Joachim has the power to sign party certificates, but that gentleman or that lady who is sitting above him, or who is a line manager like him, but is refusing or is stagnating his growth, then denies him the power to punish or reward.
Okay.
So he remains to be an activist within Sifuna Party, and that is a concern as a brother, and not as somebody who doesn't like Joachim. I really like Joachim a lot, and I believe that he can do much better when he joins a better group that has better ideologies than his party.
Do you want him to join Linda Mwananchi?
That is for him to decide.
No, but do you want him?
How much have you been paid to lure me?
How should I? How should
I was with the lawyer.
I do not
earlier today.
I do not speak for Linda Mwananchi. Yeah? I do not speak for Linda Mwananchi. Abi Zwena can answer that very well.
But Joachim should understand that Linda Mwananchi is majorly for the young people of Kenya.
Okay.
And he's a young person and he stands a very good chance by associating himself to the party that aligns with the young people of Kenya.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The last time you were here, you were very unhappy with the way Linda Mwananchi had treated you.
Yes.
Have you come down from your high stool of arrogance to join them?
Was it arrogance or was it just accountability? Because I believe it is not arrogance. It is just also not.
That is what the lawyer said. Not my words. It is him who said those words.
Yes, he's the one who said that. But I also believe when you're bringing something to the table, you also don't need to look like a beggar.
Okay.
There is a value that you bring, and there is some respect that you need to be accorded.
Okay.
Because with or without them, you can do it anyway.
Okay.
Yes. So I think my complaint majorly was in terms of what every other young person was feeling, and I'm glad he took it in and he said he's going to speak with the party members to see how they actually address what the young people are saying.
Yeah.
Because if this is in fact, if you watched what Abizwena was saying today, Linda Mwananchi has been majorly because of the young people of Kenya. The Sisindo Sifuna, the women groups that have been joining, the youth movements that have been joining are what have made Linda Mwananchi as it is. And in fact, she went ahead to say, if there is no table for the young people of Kenya, the young people will actually break that table. So that does not mean that the fact that we support Linda Mwananchi does not mean we cannot question it. We need to, so that we ensure even when Sifuna becomes president, there are people that can keep him accountable. Otherwise, if we have choir members like what we have had in this government, that is where things go wrong. Yeah.
All right, great. People of the internet are saying that Joachim's heart is in Linda Mwananchi, only body in Sifuna Party. Mr. Simiyu, back home, that's where you belong. You're going to secure a CS position in His Excellency Edwin Sifuna's government. You better hurry, my friend. Welcome back, Odhiambo. My brother, the voice of reason. All right, and somebody is saying, Morgan is saying Joachim for the senator of Nairobi County. Joachim and his party are doing the right thing. They are testing new type of politics in Kenya, and they should keep doing their own thing. Right. Very good. Right. Rafael anasema leo walinyang'anya babu Mike. Okay, and what is going on with what is going on? But why do you keep taking it off? So you just let it be there. I wonder.
Wanamkatia hewa.
Yeah, just let it. No. Keep it on so that when we call you to speak, you speak.
It's on. Kuna mtu anasema ati nataka kuwa endorsed kama Kalonzo.
But actually,
the propagandist in the room. Thank you very much.
The truth of the matter is that for us who are personal friends of Joachim, the sentiments of Odhiambo, your sentiments, they actually come from a position of conviction and care for Joachim as a person. Okay. We have interacted with him personally, and we know the kind of value Joachim has when it comes to the political space. But the moment we see that he's aligned with a party that does not even allow him to further his ambitions, senator for Nairobi County is something that we cannot personally support, because we know that if Joachim today becomes the senator of Nairobi, there are some benefits that most of us will be getting.
Right.
Yes. It is the network, or the close association with the senator of Nairobi. But right now, if I ask Joachim today, how much money has your party leader given you to support you for the senatorial position in Nairobi? I don't believe he has already done that. Has he done that?
Well, that's not the topic of discussion.
No, I know.
Hello? Why are we talking about me?
We are going to
This is political temperature. We are not on the main topic.
I am not the temperature. You see, my brother gets every chance to attack me, but I try so much not to attack them.
Yes.
But he attacks me every time.
That is not an attack.
I will remember you when I'm senator.
Cool
We are being very fair.
We are talking about you in a positive light.
Yes, in a very positive light.
In a
This
very positive
debate
way.
would be very okay if I was not here.
Yes.
But I'm here.
No, we are not.
Talk about
We
other
don't gossip.
You know, part
you
of
can't
also
call
my
gossip on camera.
Don't gossip.
That's not
part
gossip.
of also my
Okay.
part of my responsibility. Jagero, let me finish.
No, but
No, I'll still learn whether he likes it or not. In fact, we're going to talk about him as though he's not here. But part of my responsibility at Linda Wanainchi for strategy, we understand that we also have to recruit some of the best people to join that movement. So like my brother here, the reason why my brother is not arrogant towards Linda Wanainchi today is because I've already given him an appointment with Edwin Sifuna.
last time.
It's because we have already agreed that he's vying for the president of the National Youth Council, right? He's vying for the president. And under Linda Wanainchi, we do not have a presidential candidate for that particular council. And we are going to decide and sit down, because it is a corporate institution, or one of the most fundamental councils of youths in this country. So we have decided that we're going to sit down with him, recruit him into the Linda Wanainchi movement, and he's going to be the voice of the reason for Linda Wanainchi movement. That is the same thing that we want for people like Joachim.
His Excellency, Honorable Joachim.
Look at Nairobi County right now. We are not sure on whom we are going to field as the candidate for the senator position. It is not clear right now. We do not know. So the moment you have someone like Joachim joining Linda Wanainchi movement, that is a discussion that we can have in a table with Edwin Sifuna. We can see that now that we have Babu Owino going for the governor position in Nairobi, how about we get this guy who's very influential, very eloquent, very of value to this particular movement to vie here. The moment that happens, we introduce him to Joachim might be popular, but the popularity that we enjoy as Linda Wanainchi movement can catapult him to a much further better position.
To a first record.
And that is why I stand with the firm position right now that his party leader he's actually misusing him or not using him in the right way. Two of those things and nothing else. And I know quite certain, I'm sure, if they're not careful and they're not going to be furthering the aspiration of Joachim Simiyu, we are going to make sure that he comes to Linda Wanainchi movement.
Very good. Thank you very much. That is in order.
And Joachim should stop saying that his party leader is going to be the next head of state.
Why not? I mean, he has got all the right to say that. Why?
He's as lazy as Kalonzo.
Really?
Yes. Tell me. Look at what Sifuna is doing.
Yes.
Look at what Rigathi is doing.
Yes.
What is his party leader doing?
Ndugu. In a bank, we talk about something.
Why are you quiet?
Let's talk about something.
Let me tell you something. I've always said it before. If you look at politics and study it in its essence, and especially the structuring and then mobilization towards delivering a presidential vote, the opposition is fragmented. And since the opposition is fragmented, up to this moment, Sifuna looks like he's charting a path, which is very, very strong. It seems like it's having structure, it's having frame. Sifuna looks like, as he moves, because now we can't dismiss Sifuna anymore. Initially, there were talks here and there that perhaps this thing would only snowball up to a particular moment, then it will it will go away. The bubble will burst. But then you're realizing, for me, I gave it about 4 months.
Okay.
4 months has passed. It is still sustaining and growing bigger. So I give way that this is actually something that will convert into a formidable force.
Okay.
The only question then becomes, I go back to the day we were in Kitengela with you.
Okay.
And how it made the opposition then wake up from the slumber. It showed me some level of jealousy and envy from the old guard, who showed up at Nyamakima market, and from that day they've been on a wild ride, seeking to stamp authority as the only legitimate voice in the opposition. But that said and set aside, you realize that the fragmentation in the opposition only points to one thing. As long as the opposition is divided, President Ruto gets a second term.
President Ruto gets second term.
And the challenge is simple. That we have a scorpion riding on the back of a frog.
A scorpion?
Yes.
Riding on the back. Who is the scorpion? Who is the frog?
I will let you to find out. And telling the frog that it wants to get to the other side of the river. And along the way, the scorpion stings the frog. Just before it gets to the other side of the river, but very close to get to the bank of the river. And then the frog asks the scorpion, why did you sting? That really hurt. Then the scorpion says, I couldn't help it. It's just my nature. And the frog decides to go down, and the scorpion sinks with the frog as well. But it's not the mistake of the frog. It was carrying the scorpion to the other side. But the scorpion decided to sting it. There's a scorpion that cannot help itself.
That is fine. Somebody is saying that Joachim has decided to sign for Al Halal for 200 million instead of signing for Arsenal for 40 million. Sema kitu bwana, hii kitu ni tabu sana. Joachim is stressed because of Linda Wanainchi. Very good.
Who is saying that?
There are people saying a lot of things.
How am I even stressed? Do I look stressed?
Yeah, you look stressed. Jagero usisukume Joachim sana. And then Raphael is telling you, Joachim, don't waste time. Grab that chance. A lot of people are talking about this. Joachim's artist in Linda Wanainchi only bodies in Sifuna party. Mr. Yumiu back home. People are saying that you have to go back home. But anyway, can we look at
home?
Where is home?
Home is where?
Okay, let's talk about something that is very interesting, that is also political temperature today. So what is going on right now is that the Kenyan government is not agreeing with the UK government in as far as the 1,500 military officers that were supposed to go to Batuk. They are saying that the deal that they had with the other governments is not favorable and is not respectful of the Kenyan people and the Kenyan law. That a military guy from the UK can just shoot somebody in a Nyuki and he will not be taken to court. And nothing will happen to them. I don't know what you guys think about this. Odhiambo, what do you think about this?
First of all, Batuk, it's time they went away. That was a skunk in our security structure. That was a very abusive partner. In fact, we shouldn't have allowed them from the first instance because they don't guarantee us any defense guarantees when it comes to issues of attack or fights from outside. Batuk has left a lot of pain. We have, I will say this with a lot of respect, but I will call it for what it is. Just for descriptive purposes and not to demean the people I'm going to talk about. We have what I call the Cappuccino children in Mount Kenya, especially around where Batuk operates. Cappuccino children, I'm using it to refer to half castes, that's what we call them, of blacks and whites. So for you to make a cappuccino, you must have milk and then black coffee. Then when you mix it together and froth it, it comes to a cappuccino. So I'm referring to the complexion.
So they are a mixture of white and black.
Yes. The disadvantage or the pain that the cappuccino people have lived with is that they have been denied paternal parentage acknowledgement or recognition. And most of these children are descendants or offsprings of the Batuk battalion that has been practicing on our soil, and they've denied these children legitimacy. And so we are having a group of people who are growing up with a government establishment adjacent that is responsible for their coming to this world, but does not recognize them and has continuously abused the women in that area, because most of them, again, if you listen to the stories, was a result of defilement, rape, forced and abusive sexual mannerisms around their training camps. It is a shame that we have contained Batuk here for so long. It is time they went away. Let them disappear. We don't need them on our soil. We don't need Batuk anywhere in Africa. Let them go and practice in London. They have a lot of land there. Colonialism must stop, and people like them must be shown the door. And in fact, moving further, there should be expropriation of land without compensation for these people who have settled around Nanyuki, who have no proper papers around how they acquired those lands. I wrote a few days ago when I was in Maralal that I realized that the independence of this nation was never fought for. It was negotiated by somebody who was being massaged in a whole 3-bedroom bungalow in Maralal. I visited that house called Kenyatta House, and I saw for myself the legees that this fellow was living in, this fellow called Kenyatta was living in. And under the guys...
Where he was having house arrest?
No house arrest, it was a negotiation room. In fact...
He was eating sausage and poached eggs.
In Kenyatta House in Maralal, in 1958, this fellow had an oven. An oven is something that you have not even seen in your house today. This guy had a bathtub. All right? This guy had 3-bedroom, permanent house. This guy had all the legees that you would call government access or VIP access. And from what I gathered from the historians there and also the old men, of course out of oral literature, I was very well informed that this fellow was not under house arrest. He was being negotiated with. When these guys tried Jaramogi, and Jaramogi became altruistic and said, Kenyatta is just here in Loki, it's called Lokitang or Lokitang, somewhere up in Turkana.
Lokitang.
Yeah, and when Jaramogi refused the offer, they went and started negotiating with this guy. So in short, what I'm trying to say is, this person auctioned our lands, and after realizing how the British were talking to him about our lands, he went ahead to even defile our conscience by leaps and bounds, by taking so much land for himself. It is an open secret in this country that the Kenyatas own some of the largest chunks of land that were acquired illegally. If I studied the history of this fellow and how he enhanced neocolonialism in this country, it is evident that even these Batuk people getting time and getting land to train in this country was because of such things. So it's a shame that we've contained them for so long. Good riddance to
But it is interesting that it is the government that is actually telling them that we are tired of this thing.
Of course. Because
speaking to the BBC on Friday, Belgut, Member of Parliament Nelson Koech, who chairs the National Assembly, a Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations Committee, said the biggest issue with the agreements is the lack of accountability for murders allegedly committed by British soldiers.
Correct.
So where are they committing the murders?
They've been committing the murders around the training place where they do train, and this is in around the Mount Kenya area. They have bases in Anyuki, they have bases in...
So at what point do they do the murders? When they get out of their
through the defilements they do, the trespass. You know, the murder, and there's nothing that is done to them. You can't take them to court. Are you aware of that? Because some of the immunities they have is that they can't be presented before a local court, not even a court martial. So this is somebody who's basically operating on free range. In simple terms,
he's under no law.
But these are trainees, so these are established soldiers.
Of course, they come here for further practice. Some of them are trainees, some of them come here for further practice. But what are they coming to train here? They call it severity. They come to train in very difficult environment.
What is difficult in Anyuki?
Of course, if you grow up in London and you're brought to Nanyuki, it is very difficult. It's just like when you grow up in Nyakachi and then you come to Nairobi. Nairobi is,
it's a bit easy.
It's London for you. You're running a hot media
house. You have to do that to me. It's not necessary. Not necessary. The human rights concerns, we have issues of rape, environmental degradation, and murder. some of which have been proven while others are still under investigation. The major one is that all the murder is the murder of Agnes Wanjiru. To date, the culprit has never been repatriated after the courts ordered that he be brought back to Kenya to stand trial. There has been no accountability by the officers who visit our country. This is laudable to the government of Kenya. For the first time, are you going to laud the government of Kenya for doing this, Mr.
No, any attempts to secure the life of the Kenyan people should be lauded.
Should be lauded.
And I do not want to be unpragmatic enough to say that's not good.
Before we come to the Sifuna issue, and that is going to be a very good conversation today, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua stepped up efforts to consolidate his grip on the Mount Kenya region, using his DCP to woo politicians from allied opposition parties as he seeks to build a united front against President William Ruto ahead of 2027 election. Fresh from his party's emphatic victory in Okalau by-election, Mr. Gachagua began a 3-day political tour of Meru County on Sunday, declaring that he would aggressively defend the region from pro-government politicians to ensure that Mount Kenya vote remains united. All right. So he has gone to Embu. He has gone where the region that has been under the grip of Public Secretary Cabinet Minister Geoffrey Ruku, who has been leading the campaign aimed at bolstering Deputy President Kithure Kindiki's base. All right. Odhiambo, we have talked a lot about Mount Kenya East while you are not around.
Yes.
And it seems that Gachagua is having problems in the mountain. It looks like the mount is going down the middle. The last time I was here, I was having somebody from Mount Kenya West, Mr. Kiragu, who is coming from Kikuyu constituency, and I was having Jared Mugendi coming from Meru, I think Meru or Tarakaniti.
He comes from Siakago in Mbeere.
And one of the things that Kiragu said that really offended him, Joachim, I don't know whether we were here with you on the panel, but I asked him the question, why is it that Mount Kenya East has always allowed themselves to be led by Mount Kenya West? And he looked at Jared Mugendi in the eye and told him that you guys have been lazy. You have not been saddling. You have been on the career. Okay? And Mugendi said, fine, that is true. And now in 2027, we are going to saddle. You know? So, Odhiambo, what do you think about this Mount Kenya issue? Because now, one of the problems that Rigathi Gachagua is having right now is that Mount Kenya is not his and he's alone. It looks like Kithure Kindiki is pulling his weight.
Well, interesting realizations for the people realizing now. But the strategy was out early enough that Mount Kenya was going to be a battleground. And it has to be a battleground. That's why that division had to be there, by giving Mount Kenya East their own identity. Because anyway, they've never been homogeneous in terms of language, in terms of political ideology. Mount Kenya West, especially, we have the Kiambu team, took an oath that the presidency shall never cross River Chania going the other side. That was not to the disadvantage of every other community, but the first culprits or the first victims of that declaration was the Mount Kenya East people.
Okay.
And even by the time Mwai Kibaki was taking over the reins of power, I hope you're aware that there was a whole unearthing that was done to break that curse.
Okay.
So that the power could go into Nyeri, Odaya. And so, of course, it's true that Mount Kenya East is not part of the Haduko Kikuyu. I don't think they sit in any of the 9 clans of the Kikuyu. And neither do they sit at the lowest end of the clans of the Kikuyu. I hope you know that amongst the 9 clans, there are clans there which will never be leaders.
Which ones?
Like where Rigathi comes from.
Where Rigathi comes from?
Kikuyus know it. And if you are a young Kikuyu who is watching, just ask the old Kikuyu who is next to you. What happens? What is the caste system of the Kikuyu in terms of the 9 clans?
Okay.
There's a specific clan that produces leaders.
Okay.
There's another clan that is specifically meant for witches.
For witches?
Witches and wizards.
Okay.
Yes. There's another clan.
The one for Gachagua is the one for witches and...
I didn't say.
Okay.
I'm just saying that
but
it's a caste system, just like in the Asian system, where we have people
the
who are
witches
farmers.
coming from which part of... The witches and wizards come from which part of
I'm
Mount
just
Kenya?
saying, you can get a Kikuyu to sit here and get... And get an old Kikuyu. They will share with. I mean, Jagger, this is not empty talk.
Sure.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I've done my proper research and I've understood the caste system of the Kikuyu.
Okay.
And there's a specific clan that is looked at as rainmakers only.
Okay.
Just like in the Luya also, I think we have the Banyore and a specific people from the Nyore who are rainmakers. Just like also amongst the Luo, we have Jokaruoth, who are the Alego. So leadership is always looked at as coming from the Alego. Anybody who has held leadership other than the Alego were imposters in the recognition of the Luo history of the caste system, okay? So anyway, to cut the whole thing short, is that Mount Kenya East has their own identity now.
Okay.
Kindiki will not bring any proper value to President Ruto. That is a fact.
Okay.
In terms of the swelling numbers as current, especially with what Sifuna is doing. I see something though.
Okay.
I see something. That Kikuyus would look at Ruto and say, he has 5 years to go.
Okay.
Can we renegotiate?
But that is what somebody was saying here the other day. Who was it?
And
the same thing with Yambu is saying.
And Rigathi would look at Sifuna and see 10 years out of power. Okay? I want to look at it very deeply.
All right.
Because when you're negotiating for power...
10 years.
But why is this saying Ruto has 5 years to go?
Why shouldn't I say that? I'm not speaking pedestrian.
Five years where?
I'm just also wondering.
No, I want you to...
No, it is an assumption.
When I'm doing an analysis.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but they can interject. When you're a dictator. Are you a dictator?
When they're talking, I don't interject.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. So for you to understand, you listen.
Okay.
Then you process. Then it's okay. That makes sense. It doesn't.
All right.
Is that fair? Thank you. So Kikuyus could be sitting somewhere and saying, okay, if Ruto goes back, let me use that term to be fair.
Okay.
He has 5 years to go. If Sifuna enters or if Kalonzo enters, he will need 2 terms. Sindio?
Yes.
And they say, you know what? Is there a possibility that we can reconcile the elites of Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West? Set aside our differences and make a team of rivals.
Okay.
Okay? And swallow our pride momentarily and look at 5 years and say, you know what? Let the gentleman serve. And then we cross the bridge. It's a very potent mathematical calculation. Okay? And if that happens, then Rigathi goes and gets his candidates for the party. Because Rigathi could contest for presidency effectively as a strategy to ensure that he has a post-election negotiation power with President Ruto.
Okay.
Okay? And that then effectively anchors the Kikuyu into 2032 race actively. If a mistake is done, in my humble opinion, that power is given to Sifuna, who of course will solve the issues of the people. Of course, it's no doubt. Okay? But we're not talking about him solving or not. We're talking about the selfish, inherent interests of Kenyan political topography. That they would, the Kikuyu elites will look at Sifuna and say it's going to take too long to reign. We can't wait for 10 years.
Is this the conversation that has been going on between the trio, amongst the trio? So we have Sifuna party leader who has been going there in the dark. And then we also have, President Uhuru, who is no longer throwing salvos at Ruto. And we have Gachagua, who is saying tunakuheshimu lakini hatukuogopi. All right? So, but again, the person that said the same thing was a government apologist like you. So therefore, it means that something is going on that we don't understand. And Joaquim, you are sitting at a very strategic crossroad. And I want to ask you, and then, Odhiambo, do you know what you are saying? It's tying to something that this gentleman has been saying here for the last 4 days. He has said that you guys, you don't know what is about to happen.
You don't know power.
You don't know what is about to happen. All these shenanigans that you're throwing up and down, you have no idea. Yesterday he told me, verbatim, that the people you are seeing, and you are not going to see. And he keeps reminding me of Mudavadi. In 2012, he keeps reminding me of that guy.
Yeah.
So, you know something as a government apologist, as somebody who is in the sanctum of Mount Kenya power, he knows something. only this Kisii and this Luo does not know anything that is going on. But I want to... Joaquin, can you say something briefly?
Just tell us, Buana.
You see, it is very hard to jump to conclusions. But it's good to provide a small roadmap. You see, when you read The River and the Source, written by Margaret Ogola, she writes and says that if you are following a certain path and realize it leading to nowhere, it's only prudent to think of another path. And therefore, things are not what we are seeing. I can tell you 100%.
All right.
That the front page is very different with what is in the newspaper. Then have you ever bought a newspaper? They have written, for example, I bought one. They had written it was written how Raila won election. We know he had lost. So whichever coins I had, I bought the newspaper. But I read the newspaper looking for where they had explained anything. It was not there.
How Raila won?
Yes, it was not there. So what is happening when you look at, let's use tribal arithmetics. Now you want to take over government. And niliona watu wengine wamechora Kalonzo and Matiang'i. That's a duo that cannot go anywhere.
Kalonzo and Matiang'i?
It cannot.
True.
100%. Because these guys, they can only manage 900,000 votes if they vote to the last man.
No. It's 1.8, please.
1.8?
1.8.
Yes. With the new statistics, kindly.
Statistics?
Yes.
Which ones?
No. With the new statistics.
So mumeshinda Wajaluo?
No, Luos are at 2 points.
With the new registered voters?
Yes.
Maybe that can happen. Which means that half of the...
So that means everybody is swelling. So if you are 1.8, the other areas are also swelling twice.
But the Kikuyus have gone higher. Yes.
If you are 1.8, then Luo should be at 3.5.
Yeah.
Because that's double the numbers. So when you are bringing together candidates, the candidate is how many people can you bring on board? How much weight? And one thing that we should be, I said it here, and I said whichever way, you cannot come up with a candidate and not give Mount Kenya either 1 or 2. Not unless they have agreed themselves and said, we are okay with that duo and we are going to support it. Otherwise, if they are against, you are not going anywhere. Because the numbers they have, if they decide to give you a competitor, you can't win. So, what I have been telling you that what is happening behind the scenes is not what we are seeing, remains to be seen.
Yeah.
And I am making very, very, very deliberate actions, not to preempt. But what is cast in stone is that the son of Kamagut, there is no goose that has ever been cooked like his goose.
Odhiambo, Mr. Miruka.
Yes.
Don't punch above your weight. Eh?
Okay. you see, the problem I have is that people think the Kisses don't have numbers.
Okay.
Because one of the things you must understand.
All right.
Kisii, or rather, our land is a bit small.
All right.
So Kisses are spread all over the country. So when you're talking about the numbers,
don't
just talk about the numbers in Kisii and in Nyamira and probably Migori.
Yeah.
But looking at the whole Kisii population that is now under Matiang'i in the different regions in Kenya. And you know I'm a numbers guy.
Okay.
So as of now, if you were to look at it,
Tell first, can I give you a formula of how you give me the number?
Yes.
Give me the number by starting on the locality of where Kisses are. How many are they in Western?
As of now, it's 950,000 because these are numbers.
So these are the numbers that this guy is talking about.
Is talking about. Okay. Let me give you the numbers. The Kikuyus are at 4.2 million.
No. Let's stay with Kisii. Stay with Kisii.
Yes.
And tell me where you are getting the rest of the how many? Almost a million spread across Kenya. Where are they coming from?
You know I'm an engineer and I get this data across.
Yes, for sure.
So let me correct that. For now, the Kisses are at 1.4.
Okay, you've come back with 400,000.
Yeah. The Kikuyus are at 4.2.
No, don't go to Kikuyus. Just the Kisii.
The Kisses.
Just the Kisses.
Now it is true that when the Kisses.
So 900 within the ancestral land.
Yes, the ancestral
land. And then you are spreading 300 across Kenya.
Diaspora is how many numbers?
Now the diaspora is 450.
450,000.
Yes,
so we are at 1,300.
No, we are at 1.4.
1.4.
Yes.
Okay, but 1.4, he said, the 1.4 is within Kenya.
Yes, it's within Kenya.
And then the diaspora in Minnesota is 450.
No. What I'm talking about, ancestral land, that is Kisii, Nyamira.
So give and take is 1.5 million.
Yes.
Total vote basket.
Yes. Okay. And what is happening, because most of you might not be aware, the Kisii vote has largely been accepted to the fact that it is going to Matiang'i.
Okay.
In fact, you ask Morara why he shifted to Jubilee very quickly and he's been supporting Matiang'i.
Yes.
I've been on the ground.
All right.
I come from Kisii town, where I am, and I've gone to the village. If you go there and try to talk to anyone about anyone else apart from Matiang'i, and that is clear as day as night.
That is fine. So the question I'm going to ask you is that I think you are responding to the issue that this Joachim has raised, saying that Kalonzo Matiang'i ticket is useless.
Yes,
it's not going anywhere. That's what he's saying. I have paraphrased it, but that is essentially what he's saying.
Yes.
Are you disagreeing?
No. It is true. It is true.
It is true that it's a useless ticket.
It is a useless ticket because if the Kikuyus alone can actually combine the Kambas and the Kisses. And we must accept the fact that our politics is local, our politics is tribal.
Yeah.
I've been a very firm believer of...
By the way, Mulamba is very saddened by such statements coming from the Gen Z. He's extremely saddened.
And so was I. But
so are you.
When you go to the ground and realize what is actually happening there, you'll just have to accept that
So let me ask you.
Yes.
So the Kisii Gen Zs are for Matiang'i.
Yes.
All of them.
Yes.
Okay.
And even if they're not.
So then the question I'm asking you is, Sifuna is not going to get some. Should Matiang'i be on the ballot as a presidential candidate?
Now, that is one thing that is they're trying to avoid as much as possible.
Who?
The united opposition.
Okay.
Yes. Because they know very well if you have Sifuna with probably 4.6.
Okay.
We have Rigathi with 4.8.
Okay.
We have Kalonzo with 2.4.
Okay.
We have Matiang'i with 1.4.
Okay.
That already takes us to at least over 10 million. Now start comparing the other small groups that we have. But at least with over 10 million, all you need is around 12 million to win the next general election.
So if the ticket goes to Sifuna and Rigathi Gachagua, what do you Kisses do?
Of course, there has to be a pact and an agreement in terms of how they are going to run or going to the next election.
Okay.
Because all these principles, nobody is going to vie alone because they're not going to go anywhere with the numbers.
Okay.
That is the reality. Yeah.
But it is very surprising to me that they generally say that Sifuna is for everybody across the country.
That is
the
very
Kisii
true.
Gen Zs are not with him. therefore follows that the adults and millennials and Gen X and baby boomers in Kisiland are with Matiang'i. By the way, Matiang'i is a standalone candidate. He's holding fort for somebody powerful in this country. Do you know?
Well, he's in Jubilee as the deputy party leader.
And who is the big dog in Jubilee?
Of course we know.
Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
Why is Uhuru Kenyatta a friend of Matiang'i, by the way? Do you know?
Of course, it's because he served him faithfully in his tenure.
Okay.
That's number one.
All right.
So, of course, there's the part of this was my most loyal servant and I can support them.
Okay.
But that should also tell you something about the Kikuyus and the Kisses.
All right.
When it comes to what they're trying to create together.
All right.
And probably now where Sifuna and Kalonzo come in.
Okay.
In that pact.
No, stay with Kikuyus and Kisses.
Yes. Where the two of them will be aligned politically.
They have a pact.
Not one that we know of as of now, but when you hear them talk and in the meetings they have, you can see there is something they get towards.
But school me then. Who is the anchor power in Mount Kenya? Is it Uhuru Kenyatta or is it Rigathi Gachagua?
Let's be factual. It is Rigathi Gachagua at the moment. Yeah.
So then the big dog is wagging his tail towards.
The only thing that is still happening is that, and probably this might not be mentioned anywhere by anyone, is the fact that he's still behind the scenes behind these two candidates.
Okay.
Yes.
We were talking about this gentleman and Safina party. It sounds to me that it's true. On the other side, between Matiang'i and Uhuru Kenyatta, we don't see money flowing to your man. What's going on? I mean, mbona amekaushwa?
Well, I might not have a definite answer.
Nilisikia vijana wanasema kuna njaa huku China mkate.
I have very many friends who are in Jubilee and I can tell you that is the truth.
That is the truth?
That is the truth.
Hakuna pesa?
They're waiting until the last minute to see.
Jagero. We are speculating and I don't know why tunatumia mate na kuna wino.
Okay. I am sorry for bringing up your name, but I was talking to
the candidature for opposition.
Okay.
And this you should save it somewhere.
All right.
Is Mount Kenya and Western Kenya.
Mount Kenya and Western Kenya.
Yes.
All right.
And there will be a few managing of egos and frustrations. Some of the people will bolt and take a vacation to London, but they will still come back. No, someone will go to London or South Africa.
All right.
But they will still come back. And at the end of the day, because they will, at the end of the day, realize that this ticket is actually taking Kasongo home, they will agree. But kutakuwa na majimoto kidogo. Kutakuwa na hasira, egos, foregone ambitions. But at the end of the day, that's the sure bet.
Udhiambo, so you've heard it from the horse's mouth that the plan is that Matiang'i is wasting his time. The plan is that Kalonzo is wasting his time. The plan is that they're probably going to get Sifuna, who they believe that Mount Kenya believes is carrying a lot of Gen Zs on his back, and is bringing about 3 million of Luhya votes. And then they are going to take somebody like Gachagua, or they are going to manufacture a candidate.
So let's look at it this way.
Okay.
There's no evidence previous that Luhyas are ever united.
All right.
Because of the bullying nature of Joachim and his kinsmen, the Bukusu.
Okay.
These are facts.
All right.
Evidently, Bukusus believe that they are more Luhya than any Luhya.
All right.
Whereas the numbers are not as much as the Wanga.
Okay.
Who are actually sort of the largest sub-tribe of the Baluhya.
No.
Okay. I could be wrong. You can guide me.
Bukusus are more than Kisses.
That is the exact arrogance I was talking about.
That is Mount Kenya West arrogance.
Yes.
We are almost 2 million.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
So, since there's no homogeneity in Luhya land,
all right,
there is no strong factor that binds the Luhya.
All right.
Whatever binds the Luhya is the economic question, which is the only homogeneous question. Because I've spoken here before that Akina Ukwa are not helping the watchmen and the maids and majority of the downtrodden in this country, who are unfortunately the Luhya, by inference and by data even from KNBS, the most disadvantaged community in this country are the Luhyas.
Okay, the most
disadvantaged.
Disadvantaged?
Yes.
Okay.
Because when it comes to political negotiation, they don't speak in one voice. For the first time, we are about to see what Sifuna is doing. This could be the beginning of something. There's always a first time.
Okay.
And I strongly believe Sifuna could bring in a shift that could enhance homogeneity. But there are some people amongst the Luhya who are out for no good. And I will mention them by name.
Okay.
Because I'm not afraid to do so.
Okay.
One of them, actually, it's the oligarchy of the Luhya. These are the few men who have concentrated wealth, ill-gotten wealth, or wealth gotten by other means, or wealth gotten by clean means, whatever means they've gotten it.
Okay.
But they're the oligarchy of the Luhya land. One of them is Papa Francis Atwoli.
All right.
I doubt if he will allow Sifuna to sprout without his blessing. But the beauty with Papa Francis Atwoli is that he belongs not to KANU, but to a party called AGIP.
Okay.
AGIP is the political party that is called Any Government in Power. He will side with anybody. If Sifuna today takes the reins of power as the president, Atwoli will be in State House by Wednesday after the swearing in.
If who takes power?
If Sifuna takes power, Atwoli will be in State House by Wednesday. And he'll be brought by the people like Joachim, I know is a friend of Atwoli. He can't deny here that he has indeed talked to him.
Atwoli financed his campaigns.
And Atwoli financed his campaigns. Because Atwoli...
Which is okay.
Yeah.
But
I'm just trying to say.
I should also say, in my current campaign, I want to be involved.
You want Atwoli to be involved?
Yes.
You want Atwoli to be involved?
No, he wants to be involved.
He wants to be involved in
Atwoli?
Yes.
Sawa. Chini pesa ya raia hapo nayo.
He's a political oligarch.
Okay.
And him, Mudavadi has declared himself, and
Okay.
I believe it's another declaration, that is worth 4.4 billion shillings.
Atwoli?
Mudavadi.
Mudavadi.
Atwoli we don't know, but I can assure you he is endless because he lives outside Nairobi in a place where you even wonder how he lives there. But it is not my concern. Just saying, he embodies the character of extremely wealthy people who live alone. In fact, in the midst of wilderness. That's where Atwoli lives, very far. But it's a beautiful thing. It encourages young people like us that actually in Kenya, it's possible for you to excel.
But we are not all going to have unions.
It's capitalism.
We are not all. What is the business of Atwoli? What does he do?
He runs businesses.
He has chickens. Chickens gives you 4 billion.
It has chicken.
Yeah, so chicken.
Yeah, chicken. So
all of us should be having 4 billion by now.
So no, Atwoli doesn't have 4 billion. Atwoli doesn't have 4 billion. He's never declared. Atwoli has never declared how much he has.
Okay.
But I believe it's not small.
So fair, man. So fair.
So then you come to Mudavadi, who I have said has declared himself before the parliament that is worth 4.4 billion. That is not money to be underestimated. And remember, the people who own the political capital also own the intellectual capital, the prevailing intellectual capital.
Okay.
Because you have resources, you determine how the intellectual narrative also rises.
Okay.
And also that means you control the opinions of whatever happens.
Okay.
So Mudavadi is watching from the sides. And is not just going to walk out and say, Sifuna, just go through. There must be some level of talk.
Okay.
Moses Masika Wetangula was the lawyer for Ochuka, I believe, in the 1982 coup trials. Later on, he turned to be President Moi's advocate. He's been there since to date. Moses Masika Wetangula has not been making stones and is one of the most brilliant Luhya politicians who maneuvers every regime and finds himself somehow in all these regimes. And so do you think it's just going to sit by the side and say, let it go? And many more.
And they have their sponsors in State House.
Not really.
Yeah.
These are the constants of State House. I want you to understand.
Okay.
The State House as an institution has its constants, then it has its variables.
Okay.
People like presidents are variables at State House.
All right.
The constants of State House, they are men and women who I call them any government in power. They always have to talk to them because they control the levers, fulcrums, and pivot points of the country. Atul is one of them.
All right.
Even if Sifuna gets power again today, I've told you, Atul is one of the fulcrums of State House. You will have to look for him, or he'll have to look for you, whichever way. Because he had something that is too huge, the trade unions. Okay?
The trade unions?
Yes.
He combines all of them?
All of them. He's the head of all the trade unions because he sits at the head of the center. It's called the?
Central of Africa.
No, KOTU.
KOTU is Trans Organization.
So we have is in charge of unions.
Unions. You know, politics largely comes from two sides. One is the civic popularity or the civic revolution.
Okay.
The second bit is the trade unionism. We're talking about laborers, we're talking about employed people, the proletariats. Okay. So these two points then converge at where now we talk about competing ideas, where in Britain, for example, we talk about the Conservatives and the Labour Party. In America, we talk about the Democrats and the Republicans. And so many more people in that fashion. So once you look at it in that fashion, then you realize that these oligarchs may just decide to stifle the growth of President Sifuna in the future, or as is growing, because maybe it's not talking to them. And also, if you observe the Luhya land, there's also a split oligarchy, or there's a split amongst the oligarchy, because somebody like Ambwere, I don't know if you know Ambwere. Ambwere is a serious oligarch who is not loud in politics, but has cool billions, legitimately made, I don't know, otherwise made, I'm not sure. Okay? We have the Aworis. The Aworis. Aworis are now the creme de la creme of Luhya oligarchy. And they're never outrightly loud on who they support. And that could be the most dangerous factor in this question.
But you see, now let's zoom into Sifuna and Luhya land, and then we come out of Luhya land, because what this guy has said is very serious. He's talked about the united opposition, the two principles of united opposition, that is the deputy and the president, the presidential candidate, are coming from Luhya land and Mount Kenya. That's what he has said. That means our assumption is Sifuna might be the presidential candidate deputized by somebody from Mount Kenya, somebody we don't know. I'm not sure whether it's Gachagua, but we are going to answer that question. But let's go back to Luhya land, because at the start of there is the rise of Sifuna, right?
Yes.
So on February the 11th, 2026, this is the initial ouster. ODM's National Executive Committee removed Sifuna Secretary General in absentia, igniting his public rebellion against the party's cooperation talks with Ruto's government and cementing his outsider posture, correct? Then, barely a month later, March 26, 2026, the rival assembly, Sifuna hosted a parallel meeting at a Fungamano House. The Linda Wanainchi movement begins crystallizing as a distinct anti-establishment faction with a clear anti-Ruto, anti-cooperation stance, distinct identity, distinct language, correct? 3 months later, or thereabout, there is the final ratification. The NEC officially ratifies his removal from an internal dispute committee report. Sifuna is pushed completely out of the ODM circle. No appeal, there was no recourse, and no remaining incentive of restraint. July 9th, 2026 is the legal severance. The Register of Political Parties officially confirms his ouster, legally cementing the exit from the SG role and removing any residual ambiguity about his party status going into 2027 campaign season. July 18th, just the other day, there is a public declaration at the Linda Wanainchi rally in Mwatate, Taita Taveta. Sifuna personally declares he's ready to seek the presidency. This was not a home ground rally, obviously. The cross-regional choice signals national ambition from day one. All right? Now, July 26th, that is today, the presidential pivot, which is live, formal declaration at Posta Grounds, Bungoma, Lawyer Council of Elders blessing, Trans Nzoia Governor Natembeya leading coordination, Linda Wanainchi's new political party expected to be unveiled. This is the homecoming. Sifuna is from Kandui, Bungoma County. Okay. So now the talking points here are the Gachagua signal, the structural irony, the Taita Taveta as a signal. Now, I want to go back to Lower Land and ask you this question, and I want to ask Joaquin to also chime in on this thing. We have Masika, we have got Mudavadi, we have got Wetangula, we have got the Wuris, we have the Ambweres, and then we have the Atuolis. Okay, all obviously outside Sifuna movement, but we have remnants of the loyal leadership going around with him, and that is the main is actually just the Anatembea, the governor, correct? But then the other person that is also not there is Eugene Wamalwa. 10 years ago, Eugene Wamalwa made a similar announcement in Lower Land, but fizzled out and dissipated into nothingness when the elections actually, when the rubber met the road, right? So the question is, before we go to Mount Kenya and before he's been blessed, right? But what do you think about Lower Land actually? Does he get 90%? Does he get 100%? Does he get 20%? All right? What chips fall and remain?
Again, you love to go back and understand the basics of politics.
Okay.
That the day of voting, what matters is who mobilizes most.
Okay.
And whose ballots get counted.
Okay.
And whose ballots or whose win gets done. I would start by saying this, unfortunately, because most Kenyans would either agree or disagree.
Okay.
That there's no president in Kenya, single president in Kenya, who has ever won a second term.
Mm-hmm.
But they've remained presidents. I'll repeat. There's no single president in Kenya who has ever won a second term.
But they still remained to be president.
Yes.
So
every Kenyan, including Joaquin,
can also
understands that. And I also agree, they could also be a first time, where this could be the first time we're talking about a one term that is legally anchored and actionable. That's a possibility. Now, take that, pack it aside.
Okay.
Let's go to the second tier. Look at what is the problem with the Kenyan electoral system in terms of emergence of leaders.
Okay.
Do we say that the problem is amongst the leaders, or our leaders are an exact reflection of our electoral decisions? If we look at the mirror in terms of our electoral choices, that is exactly who we are as Kenyans. Okay? Because when it comes to making decisions, majority of Kenyans choose not to use their prefrontal cortex. They tend to use their amygdala. And these two parts of the brain are extremely disconnected and only operate when...
What is this part you're calling Abigail? Did you call Abigail?
Amygdala.
Okay.
So amygdala is the part of the brain that is in charge of your emotions, feelings, etc. Okay. Your prefrontal cortex, what is in charge of your logic?
Okay.
Whatever is in your forehead. Okay. Yeah. And most of the time, in elections, it is too emotive than it should be logic.
Okay.
So the part of your brain that takes charge of your decision making then ceases to be your what? Your prefrontal cortex, your logic faculty. It goes back to your emotional faculty. Are emotions short-lived? Yes. Do you make mistakes when you operate with the emotions only? Yes, a lot of the times. In fact, most of the times. So, now let's use that to look at our reflection, whatever we see in the mirror when we stand and look at our electoral choices. The Kenyan electorate, it is 2027, and they know so well that the person who can actually deliver change is Edwin Watenya Sifuna. They know, everyone knows. You know there where you seated, and I know.
I don't know.
And everybody else knows. Okay? Okay, let's say it's the assumption.
Okay.
That this is change against the status quo. Right? But then, a call comes.
Okay.
That Tukutane was a. And remember what Mundalo says, which I like referring to. That the beauty with older people and where they beat us, young people, is that they always have a plan, even if it is a bad plan. Now, they call for their plan to action. Because if the younger people would topple the older people, then this is going to be the first time in this country. Okay?
Okay.
So, they call themselves Atuoli, who, nani, was a. we are threatened as the political elite who are benefiting from the political machine called Kenya.
Okay.
Especially our problem is Luya land. And tuko na huyu kijana anakimbia. Sasa wazee tufanye namna gani?
Anaenda akiokota akirusha kwa Uhuru bag.
Tunaona sasa unajua amefanya ile expectation violation theory.
Okay. Yeah, what is that?
EVT is a theory that was developed by a lady in 1978. She's called Bargun.
Okay.
To explain how you can allow somebody to violate your expectations.
Okay.
And these people, the electorate now, in what is being seen in Bungoma, the expectation has been violated, that they are no longer expecting money from the political patronage. They're now tilting it, and they're now giving money to politicians, which is interesting. Okay? So then, waze wanakaa wanasema, something is happening. Watu wanapea jamaa pesa na anachukua. And so now we are losing our power. So what do we do? Then they hatch a plan on what to do. Just like this Gen Z here is now comfortably talking about him belonging to Kisii. A few months ago, he was talking about no tribalism. Yeah. Okay? I'm just trying to say, what happens with Wazee? You say, now let's organize our community. Buenda uongee na huyu kijana. Na umwambie, si mbaya. We've seen the light and we've accepted. Let him come and tuongee huku, tukiwa upande huu.
Okay.
Of course he's going to rebel. And he's going to go and, and it will be a contest and we'll go to Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court is a democracy. And Supreme Court makes its decisions.
A Supreme Court about what? The election dispute?
I'm saying possibility. This is a
possible, for example?
This is a possible scenario. That wazee wamekaa wakasema tuongee na Sifuna. Ili Sifuna akuje, akae na sisi. Hii timu ya rais, ndio? Kwa mfano. Na wanaenda na Sifuna nakataa, anasema pana, mimi niko na Wanainchi. Because he's still very ideal. And he can't let the people down. Remember, if he lets the people down now, his goose is cooked. So he must go with the people. Remember, in 2012, the darling that was being fought for was Ruto, both by Uhuru and Raila. Right now, the darling that is going to be fought for is Sifuna. And I can assure you, I said it before, I say it again. Sifuna will be approached by the president's team. Take that to the bank. The opposition also knows that the bride in this game is who? Because he carries the spirit of the nation and the imagination. He has captured it. He has it. Everybody looks at Sifuna and sees the hope that this is somebody who can actually seriously change a few things. In fact, he's a poor man, but we can make him whatever we want. So, the scenario is, amekataa kuongea na wazee, amedecide kucontest, na wazee wanasema sasa kama ni mbaya basi ni mbaya. Sindio? Ni mbaya, sindio? Na waseme sasa tuchukue kitu kwa turnout pale. Wacha usishike kura announce venye imekuja. Work on the turnout. Ndawachia hapo.
Okay. I want to get back to you, Mr. Joaquim, because remember when Ruto wanted to be a force to reckon with, he had to deal with the Rift Valley, and he picked people that could fight his fight. C.S. Murkomen and a host of young men that were politically energetic to run around, and he vanquished some of those old dogs in his backyard. You know them? Those many the remnants of Moi. He had to put them behind him.
We have Zakai Cheriot of Kuresoi.
Okay.
We have Franklin Bett. We have the former governor of Bomet himself.
Okay.
Isaac Ruto. And all the old guard.
Kip Keter,
you name them.
Kip Keter. But your guy Sifuna is not feeling like these people need to be aligned.
Which people?
They are Tulis, they are Wuris, they were Malwas, the Mudavadis, they were Tangulas. He feels that these people are just going to be a passing cloud when he's raiding their backyard to take all the votes, because those are the votes that they are holding as carrot to His Excellency the President Dr. William Samoei Ruto. So what are they going to do when Sifuna takes their backyard? And why is it that only Natembeya is walking around with them?
Because Natembeya has seen the light.
Okay.
And he understands what awaits the people in the future.
Okay.
You know, there is no empire that has been there forever. Because maybe religion, like the Catholic, can exist to the end of the world. But I think it has come a time where the old guards have no card to use, because the game has changed. In the past, the people didn't know what to expect. The people expected to be told where to go. Today is the people forcing you where to go. You cannot get into this room and decide things and go out there and tell them, and they follow suit. That dispensation is behind us. And that's why I tell people that the dispensation and political mobilization that we are getting into, you first listen to what the people want and speak the language that you think the people are listening to. So, from what I get, these people must make peace with themselves that it's no longer our turn. We cannot control this. We only hope that they will not be very bad with us when they get into government. Because mimi sijawahi ona umeenda rally na unapewa pesa na watu. Umewahi ona hiyo?
Sijawahi ona.
Hiyo tumeona leo. So despite the differences here and there, how we want to do things, that speaks volumes. That it's the acceptance from the people. And the time to organize using the old system of chieftains, it's very fast coming to a grinding halt. Because the people are now very much aware of what they want. If today Sifuna appears with William Ruto in one picture, with no explanation of what they were saying, the fact that they met is that alone, he's completely done and done completely. Because the people are aware of what they want to go. So you cannot come and tell us that for the sake of the country, we have come together. Which country are you talking about? Like today, President Ruto was talking about the future of the Kenyan children. Which children? Yet we are seeing children are being abducted and butchered. So when you say that opposition is an existential threat to the future of our children.
He said?
Yes. He posted today on his Twitter that the opposition is an existential threat.
Yeah.
So who is a threat to the young people today?
What is the context?
No, he just posted.
He just said that is the entire thing.
Yes. So and that's why I started by saying he's doing good rehearsals of being an opposition leader post 2027 elections, because we know who is the existential threat to the Kenyan people. So going into the election of 2027, it is going to be fully about what the people want. But because if we come up with our own boardroom negotiations, then we are more likely to get a candidate that the people do not want. Then what will be the repercussion of that? Voter apathy and the likelihood of our competitor winning.
Yeah.
So we don't want to get that.
But
that
you
risk.
are also the same person that is saying that we are still going to be tribal in the way we vote in 2020, in 2027. How do
I
you...
have not said that we are going to be tribal. But when you get
But
a
you've
candidate,
been counting the votes from Mount Kenya.
Yes, I have told you that the candidate that you get, that is not the determinant, but still he comes from a certain region. So for example, when you si tumesema deputy ticket inatoka West Kenya, Mount Kenya na Western. What matters a lot is who are you taking from Western and who are you taking from Mount Kenya. So when you take Oparanya to be part of the ticket, and take who in Mount Kenya, let's use
Gachagua.
Let's use Gachagua. Then what votes are you going to get? The individual you pick from these two regions is very important.
We'll give you the tribal vote, you mean?
The tribal vote is the consequence of the voter mobilization. But that should not be the factor. The factor should be how able is the individual you've picked. How do they represent? What does the public see them? When you present Jagero from Nyanza, okay, you've come from Nyanza, you represent that region. But how do people see you? What is your individual outlook?
Yes.
That is going to play a very big role. Okay. So, as we sit down to deliberate on who is going to be the candidate, who is going to be agreed upon, there are parameters we are going to use. The parameters is, how does the people see you? Are you sellable beyond your region? Are you sellable? Can the people believe in what you promise? Is your hope, can we believe that you represent the hope and the dreams we have always wanted to achieve? That if you carry that believability and you understand the question of this election, what are we going to be voting for? Because we know what we are going to be voting against. What are we going to be voting for? That alone must speak volumes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to ask, he's talked about the fact that the winning ticket, the ticket that takes Ruto home,
yes,
is a Western and Mount Kenya ticket, correct?
Yeah.
He has obviously decided that Matiang'i is going nowhere. So the question I want to ask you is, who do you think they pick from Mount Kenya? Gachagua, Ndindi Nyoro, Irungu Kang'ata? Who are they picking? Pauline Njoroge?
As it stands,
okay,
Gachagua can still vie.
Okay.
Because there are appeals in court, and as long as those appeals have not been dealt with, he can still vie.
Under which law?
No, the appeals are in court. So
because the fact that he's no longer deputy, that alone should tell you of the consequence of an impeachment.
That is true.
Yes.
But we are saying, as long as the appeals are in court and his case has not been determined fully to be an impeached, he can still vie.
He has not exhausted his legal journey.
Yes, he has not exhausted his legal journey.
When you are imprisoned, Jagero, and you have appealed, do you leave prison and go stay home?
No.
Pending the appeal?
No.
That is just to say, when you're an accused...
The impeachment has to be lifted for you to be allowed to vie. That you've been put in a cage, but you are still pleading that they have no enough reasons to put you inside that cage. So even as they continue reviewing reasons as to why you are put in that cage, you still stay there until that day that they decide that, okay, you are wrongfully put in this cage, and therefore we let you out. So the most unfortunate thing is that when you are impeached, an impeachment is a burial, ndugu yangu. And it's a lesson that people should learn, that ukiona chances that you are going to be impeached, you better resign. That's our biggest problem. Because
I think then there is something that is not clear, especially when it comes to what is happening.
I mean, it is seriously contested, and I don't think the courts have pronounced themselves on this matter.
That is
whether Gachagua can actually. Yes. But there is a fast approaching deliberation that is coming on the 7th of August, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I have interacted with many people and I've consulted with many people in terms of those who are in the legal field. Many would tell you, as long as that has not been determined conclusively, then Gachagua is still free to run. And there's the other school of thought of what Joaquin is bringing around here. But anyway, if we have to talk about Western, we definitely know that ticket is going to be for Edwin Sifuna.
Okay.
Whoever comes from Central, because
who is it?
It could either be Kang'ata or...
do you think Kang'ata leaves gubernatorial seat for which he's assured?
Well,
and then comes and risks it out here.
One of the things he has said is that...
Do you think he has the charisma? The last time I saw him is a bit of a weakling, right, in stage.
He may not have the charisma, but he's an acceptable leader countrywide in terms of when you look at what people look at him in terms of his ideologies, his performance. He's someone that the country can actually buy as long as he's been supported by the people from the mountain. All right? He may not have the charisma, but I also want you to note something, that right now Sifuna has Ruto where he wanted him to be at.
Okay.
Initially, he never wanted to respond to him, but right now every statement that Sifuna does, in fact, it is for that reason that the president has actually gone back to the rallies, because he has realized there is something that he needs to counter in terms of what Sifuna is doing. So the reality, it has to be Sifuna. Whoever else comes, we may not know for now, unless Joachim actually knows who it is from Mount Kenya. But we must also look at it this way. Okay. Allow me to finish this.
But I will not tell you.
Yeah. But the reality
is... You'll tell me in secret.
Yes.
Yes, I will.
The reality is, you know, June 24th, 2025 was the birthing of probably the awakening of this nation in terms of its political consciousness. Actually, if you look at elections coming next year, the amount of young people who have now thrown themselves there to vie for either MCAs and MPs has actually grown, to mean that people are becoming more aware in terms of how they need to participate in leadership and governance.
Okay.
And it is on that reason that Sifuna knows the wave is there. The young people, you see, there is nothing Ruto has on Sifuna in terms of whether it's corruption or whatever thing it is. Sifuna stands out as a candidate, probably represents competence and integrity. And in as much as he's been in the Senate and largely been curtailed to legislation, he has done his work well. But again, that same 2024, when he was standing between the police and the people, telling them you should actually not kill people, that is one of the things that many people have actually likened him to be the person that is going to actually stand for common Wanainchi.
When people say that Sifuna is the best candidate that is there, you believe that?
As of now, yes.
What is he going to do?
In terms of what he's going to do?
Yeah, the president.
I mean, everything that needs to be done in this country.
No, but what has he said he's going to do?
Of course, for now, he has not started giving out his agenda clearly.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you...
And how does that make you feel? That he has not said what he's going to do?
His biggest agenda has been, first of all, must go, which he must.
Why should I care about that?
Because, you see, for someone who believes in the Constitution and in the implementation of the Constitution...
Okay.
The only thing that needs to be done by any president who actually thinks about the young people and the future of this country and the dignity of the people of this country is to implement the Constitution. And why probably I buy to the ideology of Sifuna.
What is the implementation of the Constitution?
I mean, when it comes to the budgets, when it comes to the county revenue allocation, when it comes to the preservation of life, those are some of the things that when you look at, you realize this is actually what we need. Because if the budget are done the right way.
How is he going to do it?
You see, the problem I have, and this has always been my fear.
But can you allow your fellow Gen Z to answer this question?
I want to enable him to think clearly. Running government is a revolving door.
Okay.
It doesn't stop. And before even the swearing in, once you are announced president-elect, there is a handover team constituted immediately for you to take over running of government.
Okay.
The person who is leaving is no longer paying attention to most things. So you have to come in with clarity that this is what we are going here, this is what we are doing here, this is what we are doing there.
Yeah.
Because once you are sworn
can you apart from the debt, don't rush into debt. Apart from the debt, what other areas of government is Sifuna going to be looking at in the face?
So
and you see that is one of the things I'm trying to explain.
Let me ask you,
yes,
which other areas can you look at that are not affected by money? Tell me one. Security? So you are going to look at how do you now make use of the money that we have without misusing it.
Yeah.
And
Can I allow him to finish?
Okay.
Then I'm coming back to you. What is Sifuna going to do?
I have said one thing clearly.
Okay, that Ruto is
the biggest agenda that Sifuna has had for a while is that Ruto is our biggest problem.
No. But Ruto is now gone. What is he going to do?
Ruto is now gone.
Yes.
The next thing that comes now, and probably I shouldn't be saying this, is the manifesto or agenda that he wants to bring across.
Do we have it?
As of now, not yet, but I know it's in preparation.
So if you're going to be voting Sifuna, you're voting on account of what?
One, I'll be voting on his account of what he stands for in terms of education.
What is his stand on it? What is his stand on those?
These are things he's been saying. I mean, there should be free education all the way to
free education.
University.
How do you provide it?
How do you provide free education, though?
Through the funds that we have, because the biggest problem that we have in this country is corruption.
So how do you stop it? Because you've just been
elected. It is through the implementation of the constitution.
How?
You're asking questions as if
no.
There are different institutions.
I know why I'm asking. I know. You see, and this is
where you're coming in just now.
And Jagero, once we get to that conversation, you realize that everyone becomes a stammerer and we take the stage.
Yeah.
When it comes to what to do, then you can't beat us. You can hold all the rallies you want.
Because I am trying to get it from my fellow Kisi, and he's not giving me anything. I mean, he's talking about corruption. He's all over the place. But because you're all over the place, let me go to the Ambo. The Ambo, you're going to be all over the place. So what is, because picking from what he's doing, what is Sifuna going to give them? What is Sifuna going to give this guy?
If you look at the union around Sifuna, the same as the union around Gachagua, you will come back to one conclusion. That these are parliament of owls. And it's a collective of vultures. Who are scavenging on political capital that is remaining or that could be emerging. So on Sifuna's side, they are scavenging. They are trying to take away the political capital that is emerging. But on Rigathi side, is scavenging on political capital that is going. Now, that said, Sifuna as current has no plan except the preamble of the constitution. We do appreciate. Though you can't run a country on thank yous and hallelujah. A country is run on a solid plan, which is called a manifesto, which is laid down. And up to this moment, Sifuna cannot develop a single manifesto because, as I said before, but I'm happy is realizing that he thought before. And people are forcing him now to see that we need to talk with people. If I were him or if I was his advisor, I would tell him, let us develop our own manifesto. Let us set whatever I want. And how will we do it? Go out, speak to different professional bodies. Sometimes leadership is very easy. It's just delegate and listen. Speak to professional bodies. Listen to the consumer federation. Listen to the employers, whatever. Listen to the manufacturers. Listen to the farmers.
The way you are listening to the teachers.
Of course. Listen to the teachers. Listen to the different sectors. Listen to the border. Just have, Raila used to do it. Visit the country, the whole of it. Then develop the People's Manifesto. Sifuna's manifesto must be the People's Manifesto. Let him avoid this thing of wanting people to join, to sit down and talk. Let him run so that these people can see that they're losing. So they have something called FOMO. Some of them will have FOMO, some will have JOMO.
Fear of losing, and the other one is what?
It's joy of missing out. So Sifuna should have this manifesto. Up to this moment, he doesn't have. Of course, it is too early, but it's something that he should have had already.
Is it really too early?
It's not.
For me, it could be too early. It could be too early because Sifuna has a plan, and this plan, I think he's executing it, and I'm trying to see it. He's executing it pole kabisa. And if it was known and if it was exposed, maybe the guys, what msituni wangeangalia nasema namna gani sasa hii
actually what you are saying, and I think that is the point I was trying to bring across. Sifuna is a very good student of Baba.
I think so too. I think there's something. Look, it's either Sifuna has no plan. Just listen, Jagero. I don't want to offend Sifuna's fans. I just want to communicate to them what could be happening. That you don't want to offend Sifuna's fans. Yes. They're doing a good thing. So one, it's either Sifuna has no plan or he has a plan and he's very mysterious and careful about it.
Okay.
Because he's a masterstroke politician.
Okay.
But that's also the advantage of being at the apex. You may not know anything, but the people expect and they believe that you know something.
Okay.
Okay. The most important thing that Sifuna needs.
Baba knows.
Yes. The most important thing that Sifuna needs, in my view, is
Baba knew for 5 years.
Is number one, to have goodwill.
Okay.
To lead the people. Because yes, it could be a reality that Sifuna could lead this nation, and we need to start comprehending the possibility of that.
Okay.
Okay. Just that, on my very technical background of how politics really works in terms of election, then it's a pipe dream. But let's look at the comprehension that this is a possibility. Okay. Now, this possibility...
You are coming in just a minute, don't worry.
This possibility...
But you have not finished what I was saying.
Okay, in conclusion, this possibility needs us to understand that the only thing that Sifuna needs, other than even a plan, is the goodwill. Is what is always called political goodwill. Because even if you have the best anti-corruption chief, the best developers, the best policies, but you lack the political goodwill, then the country will not move forward.
Okay.
So I believe Sifuna has the goodwill.
All right. Somebody is saying that, Jagero, you're a bully. Shame on you by the time.
You're bullying me. Okay. I was saying Sifuna is a very good student of Baba, and if you had him from the beginning...
Okay, can you spell that out? What was Baba about?
Listen to what Sifuna said. That first
of all, what was Baba about?
First of all, he used to go around and do consultation with the people.
All right.
And that is what Sifuna is currently doing.
Okay.
All right. He's been to different parts of this country.
So in Kitengela, how did we do the consultation?
Well, he highlighted what these people were saying.
Is that a consultation? He was on top of the vehicle throughout.
Jagero, why are you getting annoyed?
No. I'm not getting annoyed, actually. I'm actually not getting annoyed because you're bullshitting me. You're saying that Sifuna being on top of a vehicle is consultation. How is that consultation?
In fact, what was he doing today in Bungoma?
What was he doing?
He was consulting.
How?
With the people.
How?
On the ground.
No. Sifuna was on top of a dais, collecting money. How is that consultation? You know what? I am holding brief for the people on the internet watching. When you say Sifuna was consulting at Kitengela, I was there. They came from up the road, they came and stopped, and they sloganeered and left. And they were bombed by the police and left. So when you say they were consulting, in church in Kitengela, they were praying.
Jagger, I say this, and
but I want him to finish because he's saying that people are saying that I'm bullying him. So when he's saying that when he's saying that they were consulting in Kitengela, he's not telling the truth.
Because what you don't realize is that apart from the moment you see him on the dais, there are other engagement that he has had with the people on the ground.
Okay.
Please don't just see what is happening on the mainstream media. Also look at what he's doing with the people on the ground.
Okay. Do you know?
Yes, I do.
What?
He has had interviews, he had consultation with other leaders, including the Bwires that you're talking about who are now supporting him when it comes to the people of Western Kenya.
Okay.
So he said, first of all, he's going to do a countrywide tour to consult with the people.
Okay.
Secondly, he's going to come up with a plan, or rather the manifesto that you so badly want to hear about, which he has not given. Because if I was to tell you, tell me the manifesto of what the united opposition has. None of them until now has one. And it is for a reason. And I've said,
what is the reason?
Well, do you know what the 48 laws of power has to say, law number 34?
No. You have got the book. Bring it. Give it. Show me.
Please keep your enemies guessing.
No. We want to read.
Guessing about what?
Odhiambo, can you get me the book for 48 laws of power?
Yes.
48 laws of power.
Yes, give me that book. Odhiambo has the book. Yeah.
Can I continue as you look for the book?
No, we are going to read it together. 48 laws of power. That woman took off with it. Law number 38. Give me the book, please.
Oh, yeah.
Law number 38. 34.
38 or 34?
Number 38 or 34?
Look at 34.
There is 30. I already have 30. I already have 34. What is number 34? What is it called? Yes, it's here.
Yes. What does it say?
It's be loyal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. Is that the one, or you have a different one?
Just get this for you. Probably might have misquoted the law.
Okay.
But I know
did you know we have the book?
No. It is because today he has decided to bully me here. Law 3 of the 48 laws of power.
Okay.
Conceal your intentions.
Conceal your intentions.
Yes.
Okay.
In
All
fact,
right.
it is law number 3.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Conceal your intentions.
Okay.
That is what he's trying to do.
All right.
Because if he throws all his cards right now,
Okay.
and the government with all its machinery knows what he's planning, then he will have failed from the word go.
Okay.
All right? So right now what Sifuna is doing is consulting, but still he has concealed his intentions, including the plans that he has on who and the people that he's going to meet or probably form a coalition with.
Okay.
That is why he's been very open, engaging with the people. And one of the things that you must realize, whether we agree or not, there's going to be a change in terms of how politics has been run in this country.
All right.
Because of how he relates with the young people of Kenya and how the young people are actually buying into his idea. Because his idea has been simple. The constitution.
All right.
The respect to life, because he has been against the abductions that have been ongoing. He has been against the killings that is ongoing. He has been against corruption. I mean, tell me one politician currently who is running who does not have a scandal in corruption.
Yes. Can you finish and then I go to this gentleman?
You've bullied me enough.
No. Go to the My concern with everything that you say, because you're speaking from both ends of your mouth. You said that the Kisii Gen Zs are with Matiang'i, but now you're saying that the same Kisii Gen Zs are with Sifuna.
Yes.
So it's very interesting. But Joachim, you are talking
they can
about
be with Matiang'i and Sifuna at the same time.
All right.
Yes.
But the Mount Kenya Honjos are not picking him.
Picking who?
Picking Matiang'i, according to Joachim.
Of course, because of the numbers. So it's a game of numbers, right?
So when they drop your guy like a hot potato, where do they go?
They do not drop Matiang'i. Everybody knows Matiang'i is a performer. So in forming the next government, there is a part that is
they will give him CS Interior.
Probably, or whatever they agree.
Education.
I may not know. That is something I don't know. All right? No, I have to be honest, right?
What goes around comes around.
Something that interests me. I really like the young man. He speaks very nicely. But the astonishing level of because one thing that you must realize in politics, the first interest in politics is self-interest. Not another interest, especially in a capitalistic state. The first capital interest is self-interest. Even Joachim seated here, who is known as an advocate of the people. Today you make him the president. The first interest is to finish something that he was doing, like a building somewhere, or something somewhere.
A pond.
Or a pond somewhere.
How did you know have ponds?
Exactly, So, the first interest is the self-interest. Then you ask yourself, what then becomes the collective self-interest? And does Matiang'i represent the collective self-interest? This issue about numbers is what is used to compel you into a decision. Because if you ask me genuinely, the person who then sits at the most probable position to become the accurate presidential candidate for the united opposition, I've said before, I will say, is Wanjigi. Because he then serves the collective self-interest of the elite on the other end. It is Wanjigi. Who sits and who serves that interest best for all of them, and they all know it. The only thing that they're wondering is that he didn't study in the academy that they belong to, the academy of pig fight.
Push it in completely.
That means yes, yokitu. Hapana, the other way. Wacha tu hivyo. Itakaa hivyo ya tanango leo. Good. So everybody in the united opposition knows that the person who can actually serve our interest, collective interest, is
Wanjigi.
Because he has the capacity. But since he didn't go to Wathonger primary school, it does not speak mbom like us. And it does not wear coats that look like they have sand in them. then he's not one of us.
Yeah.
So then, it as we always say in a competition, the best is eliminated first.
All right.
Okay.
The best is eliminated first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because so that the ones who remain to compete are always the ones I call, whatever. So then Sifuna comes in with I've said this before, imagination of the nation that can help Wanjigi with. In that calculation, then the only person to convince is Kalonzo.
Is Kalonzo.
The only person to convince is Kalonzo. But men and their egos, I don't know who's going to step down for who. But it's the
because I am thinking that Matiang'i is not going to have that carrot called CSE.
Yeah, me I'm wondering this Scorpion, this Scorpion, if the Scorpion will allow for order to be there, or if the Scorpion can allow himself to.
The Scorpion is Ruto or Gachagua or
no, the Scorpion is in the United Opposition. Just look at them.
Oh, the Scorpion.
Yeah. He says it is my nature. I can't help it. It's like a joke, witches in Luo. We always say they can look at you, and even if they didn't mean to bring bad omen to you, but it just happened. Then you ask them, why did you do that? And they say, I can't help it. It's in my nature. The joke. It's in my nature. So there's a Scorpion in the opposition. I'm not going to offend these people. We're going to work like this moving forward. Let them think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joachim, you are very frustrated with Mr. Miruka because he's biting his tongue.
You see, people think the job we are looking for is a joke.
Yeah.
It's not. And I've told you, you can win presidency by popularity.
Yes.
But running the country, because he said, now you've been sworn in.
Okay.
So what do you do? What do you start with? The whole country is now looking on the. Tumeenda nyumbani, tumelala, tumejua kazi kubwa tumemaliza. Ruto ameenda nyumbani.
Okay.
Sasa ule yako at least hatatuua. Lakini lazima pia tusomeshe watoto, tukule nini. I asked you a question, which sector? Kuna mtu amesema hapa ati the problem of Kenya, mimi ninashindanga tu nikisema debt, there are other problems kama corruption.
Yes.
Sasa mimi niko na shangaa. Okay, quantify the corruption.
All right.
How do you now deal with it? Because you have to now tell us.
Because I'm thinking part of the corruption is cutting away 1 billion to Qatar and not bringing it to this country.
Yes.
That is corruption.
So you need to quantify corruption. That what are the ways we are going to deal with it?
Okay.
And how much are we going to save by sealing the corruption loopholes? And where to direct the money?
Okay.
Because for us, we have quantified the revenue leakages because we have explained to people. We are the money that we pay, it's still the corruption because we pay non-existent people. People who claim to have paid debts, they have pocketed the money they borrowed. That's why they can afford to plant skyscrapers in Lavington. But people, it is said that another 2 million people are going to be poor. So you wonder, if we are losing all this money to corruption, how comes that people have enormous money? When you become president, that's why Obama grew gray hair in 80 years. When you look at Obama when he left government, and today, he has not changed a lot.
Yes.
When he left government and today, he still looks kind of the same. But look at Obama when he was taking over office, and by the time he was leaving, the 8 years he was in the Oval Office, he left an old man. The person who is going to take over State House here, I have told you, if 3 months pass and Kenyans are not seeing results, you will see. You will see for yourself. They will not give you a year, because 3 months is now 100 days in office. You must have dealt with the issues that we have a problem with. The people have a problem with arrayed on their pay slips.
Mbona wanakuuliza na ule jamaa alinyoa pesa yetu, mbona ako nje? Mbona ako watamu, tunaona naoga.
Na mbona bado unanyoa? Unaona? But why are we still having affordable housing levy? We no longer have President Ruto in office. Why are we having housing levy?
Ondoa.
Hatuwezi sema tuseme igwe. hiyo tulisema kwa campaign. Why are we having housing levy?
Okay.
You have to tell them. Because you've said we do not need it. And when you get into government, you realize they securitized the housing levy.
Oh.
They obtained a loan on it. So it's a security for some existing loan.
So you don't just go and cut it out.
You don't just go and deal with it. Because the people who gave you money are looking at it as their only surety for their source of income. They gave us a loan, securitized by the housing levy, 200 billion. They have agreements, timelines. They have to collect it in the next 9 months. And you've told Kenyans you are going to deal with housing levy. You have to have the how. That's why nikikuuliza how you get stuck.
Yes.
It's not an easy job. And it needs boldness and a decision that, look here, this is what we are going to do. And the best formula to deal with that is to make sure that the people have your backing. If you don't, if you lose them, oh my goodness.
So what are you telling them now, that we will not afford, that housing levy is still going to be there? That's what you tell them?
I'm telling them they need to explain to us, how do you deal with it? Because for us, we are saying, okay, securitization is debt of the books. All right?
Okay.
The parliament did not pass it. We did not approve it. So it's an illegal debt. We are going to audit it and establish if it was taken for development or recurrent expenditure. So the people, if they gave consent for the borrowing, then we will pay it. If we didn't, then we will not. It's a radical approach. And so many people are telling us it does not work. So we are asking them, what works?
What works?
They are not telling us. That wacha tu tupige kura, tutajua tukiingia. Inywe. Ati mtajua mkiingia. Mimi nikiona tu serikali tumeingia haifanyi kazi, nitaresign. Nitatoka.
Kwa sababu itakuwa kumoto.
William Ruto chenye ameona ni trailer.
Ni trailer.
Sisi chenye tutaona tukikosa kufanya kazi, ndogo yangu. Do you know William Ruto will be on top of his SUV from morning to evening? Telling people that, you see, I told you, these people have no agenda. You cannot organize a rally and counter. No, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to counter by organizing rallies in Amagoro. It's not working. What makes you think ours will work? The question of what we are going to do is bigger than any question. We are no longer talking about whether Ruto goes or not. That we agreed long time ago. I don't know why it's still a debate. It's not.
You see, and that's the beauty. That's why, if you ask me, I think, because Joachim is admitting something that is very important.
Okay.
That there is possibility of animosity post-election next year in the instance that the United Opposition wins.
Okay.
And that animosity is not good for the country. And that's why, for me, I've advocated, and I sit within my right to advocate as I'm doing, that Wanjigi is a very, very, very sound mind. Right now, this question of the odious debt is already in court. It's already being processed in our courts. And of course, we'll come to a conclusion. Someone like Wanjigi should quickly be talked to by the president to help him sail through this debt question. Because without Wanjigi and people like him who understand how this thing is running, he'll be wasted in the other side by
because my thinking, Odhiambo, is that there is going to be serious disagreement.
Of course.
Whether you want to refuse to pay debt that belongs to British.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, are you serious?
What are you doing?
Yes.
Isn't that what we are doing we're seeing with Sonko?
Yes. Vuko.
So the Senegalese government is in tatters.
Yes. Because of a debt question.
Yes.
Because the and government confidential papers are never revealed until 30 years later, is when they're declassified. So up to now, even those who know what's happening with the actual debt question in our country that is in confidential documents will never talk about it. You talk about it, you've gone against the...
Look, this thing has to be dealt with. Unaona ukishaweka chini kitabu ya kuwa sworn in. You have to make a declaration there. And you have to come up with a way of having people on your side. How do you have people on your side? You give them things that they cannot agree for them to be taken away. So,
ukishakuwa sworn in as president, you announce there that look here, education is going to be free up to TVET. University, mutalipa. And you make sure that for the next one term, they get it free of charge. No, when we were going to school, your book could be filled up. You go to the office, to the class teacher,
they give you a new
one. Paper punch it, they give you a new one.
Yeah.
You make sure it happens for one term of the school curriculum. Parents are already used to it, that they are not paying school fees.
School fees, yeah.
Make sure hospitals have medicine and people have been treated for 3 months for free. Ati wewe anakuambia mimi nimetoka hospitali na nimetibiwa bure kabisa
na nimechukua dawa.
Yeah, na nimepewa dawa. Line itajaa hivi. Then you know that your plan is not to pay debt. Then they start piling pressure. Then you just you just make a stopover somewhere and you ask people, are you enjoying free education? Yes. Free healthcare? Yes. That is because we are not paying illegal debts. But we are anataka tulipe. So it is no longer your decision to make. It's for the people. Do you want us to audit debt? Yes. So that we know where our money is going? Yes. The biggest backing you will have for not paying debt is the people.
But Joachim, whenever you speak, it seems like everybody else is not understanding the magnitude of what comes after this election. Or they know, and they are telling.
They are burying their heads in the sand.
Or they are telling. Are they? What are those laws saying on that book? There are laws that are very mischievous in that book.
Allow me to put one thing. One thing that Joachim, and I know he speaks about the public debt.
I want a law that is cheating Kenyans.
No.
They should just vote. But then we come.
Let me just read it.
Yeah.
It's seemingly read my psyche.
Okay.
So, our favorite writer again, Robert Greene.
Yeah, you are coming right after this, Kijana.
He writes the concise laws of human nature.
The concise laws of human nature.
Yes, and I'll rely on law 6, law 5, and law 4.
Okay.
I'll read them in quick succession.
Okay.
Law 6, he says, so it is like, receive it like he's talking to you.
Okay.
The law of short-sightedness. He talks about the need to elevate your perspective, okay?
Okay.
And I'm talking to Kenyans. I quote, it is in the animal part of your nature to be most impressed by what you can see and hear in the present. The latest news reports and trends, the opinions and actions of the people around you, whatever seems the most dramatic. This is what makes you fall for alluring schemes that promise quick results and easy money. This is also what makes you overreact to present circumstances, becoming overly exhilarated or panicky as events turn one direction or the other. Learn to measure people by the narrowness or breadth of their vision. Avoid entangling yourself with those who cannot see the consequences of their actions, who are in a continual reactive mode. They will infect you with this energy. Your eyes must be on the larger trends that govern events, on that which is not immediately visible. Never lose sight of your long-term goals. With an elevated perspective, you will have the patience and clarity to reach almost any objective. Sir Isaac Newton, he further quotes and says, I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. In this context, are Kenyans being reactive to some events that are currently ongoing and losing sight of an elevated perspective? Kenyans, no. Law number 5. Become an elusive object of desire.
Okay.
It's called the law of covertness. Absence and presence have very primal effects upon us. Too much presence suffocates. A degree of absence spurs our interest. This is the law that Sifuna is using. We are marked by the continual desire to possess what we do not have. Okay? The object projected by our fantasies. Learn to create some mystery around you, to use strategic absence to make people desire your return, to want to possess you. That's what Sifuna is doing. He's using that law and is working effectively for him. There's a writer or a philosopher known as Agustin Caron de Biomachais. He says, at last, I have what I wanted. Am I happy? Not really. But what's missing? My soul no longer has that piquant activity conferred by desire. Oh, we shouldn't delude ourselves. Pleasure isn't in the fulfillment, but in the pursuit. And that's what Joachim is saying.
Yeah.
That we are having the adrenaline rush because the pursuit, kufukuza Ruto, ni kitu tamu, ni siaka.
Okay.
Fukuza yeye.
Okay.
But tumefukuza yeye ameenda.
Okay.
Sasa tumebaki shock. Kila mtu anajiangalia anasema sasa tunaenda namna gani? Kumbe yule jamaa alikuwa anajua chenye anafanya. And lastly, and this one is the most important one for Kenyans.
Okay.
And especially this gentleman. It's called the law of compulsive behavior. How to determine the strength of people's character. When choosing people to work or associate with, do not be mesmerized by their reputation or taken in by the surface image they are trying to project. Instead, train yourself to look deep within them and see their character. People's character is formed in their earliest years and by their daily habits. They're called micro habits. It is what compels them to repeat certain actions in their lives and fall into negative patterns. Look closely at such patterns and remember that people never do something just once.
Okay.
They will inevitably repeat that behavior.
So when we say that Sifuna does not really shake hands of people he doesn't know, so what happens when he becomes president? He's going to shake hands of Kenyans.
People don't just do something once.
That's not neither.
They repeat it. So, for example,
okay,
I'll give it in context. I'll give it in context because you look at the law.
But Joachim, it matters because
I'll give it in context.
When you are bothering him and asking him questions.
Let me just finish this.
Okay, go
Heraclitus.
Okay, go ahead.
Says.
Okay.
Character is destiny. Character is destiny. Let's look at the character of the people who are seeking for leadership of this country. That's our destiny.
You see, before you come in, I need to make something very important. There is a comment here. And
before you come in.
There is a comment here.
Okay.
And our job here is to dismantle ignorance.
Yeah.
Okay.
When Kenya fails to pay its debt for a few years, it triggers a sovereign default,
yes,
resulting in severe economic isolation,
exactly,
soaring inflation, and crippling loss of access to global financial markets.
Correct.
I don't know why people are confusing what we are saying with the defaulting.
Okay.
We are only saying that there are loans that are legal to be paid, but there are those that are not. That even the person we are claiming to be the lender cannot prove that he gave us money. So how do you pay it? We are only saying that when you come with your, as a lender, with your report of due diligence, how did we take it? Because as a country, there is something called a sovereign consent. The people giving approval. When we say that Uhuru Kenyatta's regime, only 2 trillion was approved by parliament. That is what we are legally obligated to pay. We cannot fail to pay that because our parliament passed it. That alone...
Our laws recognize it.
Yes, but if it's not in our books, how do you say that is default? We are not saying we are going to default. We are saying we are going to cancel payment of illegal debt.
I think, Joachim, also be honest with the people.
Yeah.
As much as we have a real question.
Okay.
Of odious debt. Let us also not mislead the public. Because we know, as much as you have an issue of odious debt, let us not mislead the public. We know for a fact that once you go odious, that is your internal mechanism as a what? As a country. To the external party, it is that internal thing that they're going to now invalidate and say, you know what, you've refused to pay the debt. Okay, so blacklisted. You're not paying us our debt.
Okay.
So how do you?
Once you're blacklisted,
no, let me say you. How do you get blacklisted when the people blacklisting you have no evidence of lending to you?
But you see, do we have the legal infrastructure that is operating under common law where both us and the lender are talking the same language? You don't have it.
So when you borrow...
What do you mean by that, Odhiambo?
What I mean is this. Are we bound by one overarching legal bond
Who's we?
We, as Kenyans, the country, and the lenders who we don't know at this moment. Okay? Do we know under what arbitration clauses were we subjected to? Were we told that in the instance of a question of default in terms of payment, this issue will be arbitrated in the United States?
Why should we care about that? While the business
look, he's still using the term default.
Yes.
We should
which
care
is
about
not
that.
there.
Odhiambo.
We should care about that. Yes.
We as a country are sovereign. Right?
Yes.
We make our laws.
Yes.
And we decide how we like right now, the Batuk have been told you cannot come into this country, murder our women, rape our women, and then ship yourself back to the UK. It's not gonna happen.
Right.
That is us putting our foot down and saying this is how we are going to relate to anybody who wants to relate with us. As a Kenyan people, we have set our laws on how to go about our funds, our money, our lending structure, and so on and so forth. Okay?
So
all right.
So for us to get there.
Yes.
And this is what, in my view, Ruto did a mistake. Genuine mistake.
All right.
What Ruto ought to have done, I know I'm not the president, and I'm in no capacity to advise him, but as a common thinking Kenyan, this is what he would have done. Upon assumption of office, he knew the debt question. He would have come to the Kenyans and said, you know what, gentlemen and ladies, we have a problem. And these are the decisions I have to deal with. One, I have entered this government at the highest level and I've accessed confidential documents which I didn't have clearance to access. And I've seen, just like the president of Senegal, he went into power, and the prime minister as well, and he thought that the debt was $7 billion or 9. He went in and found it was $13 billion or whatever figure it was. It was not told to the public because it was a confidential document. Now, Ruto comes.
Just a minute.
Ruto comes, just like the president, just like the prime minister did in Senegal. He said, you know what? The actual value of debt owed is not what we've been told. And then we cannot proceed to pay. So how do we move ahead with this? We are going to proceed to the courts, or we are going to proceed to renegotiate, or we have further audited these monies and found the trail that these monies didn't actually land in Kenya because money has a trail. These monies went to account XYZ. And for me, I've always said here repeatedly that these monies went to Kenyatta's accounts. And
but you are
interrupting. I'm deciding as a president to plead with these people whom the money went to their account. Please, you have a window of 48 days to repatriate these monies to our country on an amnesty. Okay? Failure of which will be forced to proceed and recover. Kenyans, I need your support, because if this doesn't happen, it is your future that is stolen.
You see the problem that I'm having with you in as far as what you're trying to explain is concerned, is that we have to take back the hands of time.
Yes.
And ask ourselves this question. When Uhuru was taking these loans, Ruto was the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya.
Yes.
Right? And when this debt issue came out, he rushed to Citizen Television and akajipiga kifua. Akasema aje
na Hussein Mohammed.
Who is now, by the way, working with him, right? And he said that kama unataka kuuliza mambo ya debt, mimi niulize mimi. How do you expect that person to come?
We are borrowing according to the law.
How do you expect that same person to come and help you with the debt?
Could you in your house, at one moment, make a decision as the leader of the house, okay? Because the governor of the house is your wife.
Yes.
Then a few days later, you come to your wife as the governor of the house and you tell her, as the leader of the house, I realized I made a mistake. Could you?
Yes. That is.
So what is the offense in President Ruto or any other president?
So your gripe.
No, he cannot do that.
Your gripe with him is that he did not say this statement that only fools don't change, don't change their minds.
So then it makes him complicit.
Yes,
it makes him complicit because he didn't outrightly in his first instance.
But anyway, the question that we were prosecuting is, Odhiambo, this is your house, right? And this is the way you have set the law. That anybody that is going to be taking a loan on behalf of your house has to follow these rules. And somebody cannot say that he's going to buy lights, right? But that light is not hanging on this wall. Where is that light?
So your finance person
Yes.
goes and is said to have taken a loan on behalf of political headache.
Yes.
And then you are not aware.
Yes.
And then that loan matures and the bank shows up at your door and say, hey, look, you have a loan to pay. You're like, okay, which loan? So and so works for you? Yes, he works for me. He took a loan on behalf of political headache. Political headache. Okay, let me check the bank accounts of political headache. The money was not, it was not deposited there. Then you ask the bank, where did you deposit?
Yes.
I say, in the bank account of the finance person.
Okay.
Okay, how is that my liability now? You gave the money to the finance person. So how am I supposed to pay? You don't owe them.
Then it tells you, okay, that person came in the name of political headache. These are the documents which he came with. And these documents bear the seal and the sign of political headache.
Then the problem is the accounts were also supposed to bear the name of the political headache.
Yes. Exactly. So
yes.
And that's what I'm saying. That now what you have to do as political headache is now, first of all, to ensure internal compliance. Okay? Before you say, I'm not paying you. First,
no, that's why we are saying auditing.
But that's what I'm saying.
But we are auditing.
Audit.
You have to establish why should you not pay.
Yes.
So look here. These are the documents he gave you.
But if
saying he works for me.
Yes.
He works for political headache.
Yes.
But which document? What is the name of the account you sent?
Exactly.
Yes.
It is his private account. So how can I show papers of working for political headache and I'm taking a loan?
So it tells you, Jagero, just writing on what he's saying still, it tells you, so political headache, because you still want a relationship with us, because your budget has deficits, okay? Help us do one thing. Put your house in order. This person who...
No, it's the problem of the bank. It's not your problem.
Just a minute. It is more of your problem than the problem of the bank.
No. The bank didn't do due diligence.
The bank did due diligence.
They did not do.
They did.
Because if they did, how do they deposit money in a private account?
The problem
that should be of an institution.
The problem we had.
And now you see why I support Sifuna is because you see the single biggest problem we have in this country is corruption. And how can corruption be dealt with? By first of all, ensuring there is full implementation of the Constitution. Because our Constitution requires that any loan that has been borrowed has to go through the consolidated fund. And the current government and the previous government, in which William Ruto was part of, did not follow that to the latter. So even when we want to audit the debt and say all we want to say about the debt, the single biggest problem still comes to the point that there is no implementation of that constitution.
Okay.
And so, even as we want to trace back to what happened and where the money went, there has to be systems and mechanisms that have been provided for by the constitution.
Look, you know, what he's saying is right.
Okay.
What I'm saying is this, Jagiru, you are here eating pancakes. You are eating everything, every rubbish that you're putting in your stomach, okay? You are still a human being. But we want to ensure you don't die. So you go to hospital, they say, you know what, Jagiru, you're due for surgery. The surgery must be done surgically so that we don't lose you.
Okay.
We will still need you. So let's look at a country in a human body form.
Okay.
This body is already abused.
Okay.
So it is the horse is in front of the cart already. We have to saddle.
Okay.
So now we don't want to look at what happened. What happened? You will fall. Can we look at what are we doing moving forward? And that's what I'm saying. That now you've realized that your body is in a mess. It needs surgery. Are you going to say, let me just die? Or are you going to say, okay, let's do the surgery? And the forms of surgery ni mbili. One, there is amnesty, which is an easier way that gives political balance, political stability. Because again, Jagero, stand before the political mirror, okay? And today, go for Uhuru Kenyatta. What will happen to this country? Be bold. It will burn.
Look
this country will burn if you go for Uhuru Kenyatta. So the best solution...
Who is going to burn it?
Because today you attack Uhuru Kenyatta and tell him, you bring the money, because you've refused an amnesty, I'm going to arrest you and take you to jail. Kikuyus will be in the street. They will ask, what are you doing to us?
Kikuyus don't go to the streets, bro.
Oh, you don't know.
They don't.
You don't know.
They don't.
You don't know, Jagero.
They will be selling. They will be the undercowards.
Kikuyus are not cowards. They fought for the freedom of this country.
Why would they be fighting for Uhuru Kenyatta?
Jagger.
Oh, you don't know. Wait.
All said
How did they vote Ruto?
All said.
It is Kikuyus who voted Ruto.
Yes. It all said and done.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, Odhiambo.
Yes. All said and done.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what you think the issue is. It doesn't matter. That's neither here nor there. You get into that chair, you will realize there's nothing you can do for Kenyans. There's nothing. You have said, I gave you here a very good story. Wewe umesema hutaua vijana. Sindio? Okay, on that promise, we have voted for you. Meruka, you are very good. Hutaua vijana yetu? Sawa.
Hutaua kwa bullet.
Pigia Meruka. So Meruka, we vote for you. We celebrate the first 2 weeks that, oh my goodness, Meruka is now president.
Okay.
Why? He is not going to kill us.
Okay.
You see those people who have voted for you, for telling them you will not kill them, watakukuta wa kwanza. You will not be the one coming for them. They will come for you. Why? Because even as you don't kill them, they are struggling to live. And they see your ministers in choppers. They are like, okay, Murkomen is not there.
Yeah.
Sindio? But we have a new Murkomen here. Yes. With the same characteristics of the Murkomen that we sent home.
Yeah.
Meruka, please tell us why are we seeing this?
Why are we seeing? Why are we seeing?
I'm telling
and
you.
There is the implementation of the Constitution, the Public Finance Act.
So how do you implement the Public Finance Act?
Yes.
Without doing what I'm saying?
Yes. How do you do it,
guys? You know what we should be talking about. We are squabbling about what the law says. The law is already abused. What we are saying, how do we mitigate the situation?
But I want to ask Meruka.
Yes.
How do you
Mr. Sifuna is big on preamble.
Yes.
How did he do as the Secretary General of ODM?
Sifuna has done well.
In fact,
I want you to judge him.
What did he do as the Secretary General of ODM?
No, in fact,
because we know ODM was not giving tickets to people who won, and he was the one signing them as the Secretary General.
I want to be very honest.
Sifuna was supposed. The constitution of ODM says that he should be there for 5 years and then there is an election. By the time he was being booted out, he was there for 8 years. So what is this constitution that you keep talking about? That he's a man who is a stickler of the law.
I want you to judge Sifuna based on what he has done.
No, I want to judge him by ODM.
You see, we are losing the debate. What Sifuna did in ODM?
Okay.
He was a spokesperson of the party.
Okay. It was inconsequential.
And he did a good job.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Have you heard
of the Ambo?
Have
you heard of the Ambo?
What did he say?
Odhiambo said that Sifuna had no brain of his own at ODM.
That is the truth.
You see.
What
does it mean to be a spokesperson?
You're talking on behalf of somebody.
Yes.
The position of the party.
So
as SG today, I have my own views.
Which you cannot even talk about.
Views of the party.
Okay.
So today when I say I support Sifuna, is it my views or the party? That I have to make clear. And there are things I cannot say.
Okay.
Listen, and there are things I cannot say until it's a position, an official position of the party. And therefore, it is a job that is a heavy job.
So when ODM was giving certificates to people that did not win, and Sifuna was signing them out, he could not say anything.
Instructions. What do you say?
But
that's the test of integrity. Now let
me ask you. But when Raila goes to Ruto, what does he do?
What does he do?
Does he stay with the party?
Who?
Sifuna. Does he stay with the party? With the party rules?
No, he jumped out.
But Odhiambo is talking. Let me hear from Odhiambo.
Allow me finish this because this is very, very, very important.
Okay.
I want you to judge Sifuna in terms of what
I am not judging Sifuna. I'm asking you a question.
Yes. Now I want you to look at Sifuna in terms of what he has done in parliament, in his legislative role, so that you can
I should be blind to everything else.
Not blind to everything else. Because we know ODM was Baba and Baba, and Baba was ODM. And the moment Baba has
so why was he there? Why did he remain?
He was serving Baba as the SG. Yes.
Allow me to tell you this.
So then we can agree that that Mount Kenya will give him presidency and then he will serve them. If that is the case.
You see, if the buck stops with there.
Well, I don't know why we are so.
There's something.
Speak.
There's a part we were on.
Yes.
Let's go there. Brought in Sifuna
is doing well. Okay. Let the young man try.
Which one?
Sifuna.
This guy?
No, Sifuna. Let him try. He's doing well.
Okay.
Up to this moment, it's democracy.
All right.
Let's focus on what is ailing us
as a country.
Okay.
Wachana na Sifuna.
Wachana na Sifuna. He's doing well.
Yes. For now, for now, it's not an issue.
What is ailing us? Sifuna is the one providing the
solution. No, you're being subjective, and that reduces the element
I don't
of
know.
discussion.
They have promised to campaign for you, and I know. So please hold your horses. I know you are doing a very good job, but for now, they are not an issue.
Who is
Sorry.
Who is campaigning for him?
No,
who is campaigning for you?
No, that's now done.
Okay, Odhiambo, go on.
So what
Hello, Ndugu.
I stand advice.
You stand guided.
Whatever English it is.
Anyway, yeah. So if we look at, let's stay on the question of the public debt, which is our biggest headache, which is going to be the biggest political question beyond 2027. Be it President Ruto coming back, be it Sifuna coming in, be it you. It's the question.
Okay.
And as commoners who are active citizens, we're just trying to also put our 2 cents in this thing. And the first thing that I was saying, and I've said this before, that for us to deal with this issue comfortably is that, one, we have to face ourselves in the mirror, which we are looking at and we are scared. And I've said, if you say, let's do this, guys, let us return the money. Sisi tumeiba.
Yes.
Pesa iko. Kwa nini tupigane?
Return.
We kuja tunayo, at least weka 50% kwa economy. 50% weka kwa banki itukalie reserve mahali. Itusaidie. 50% weka kwa factories.
You negotiate with them.
Negotiate with them. Yes, if you're held by the if you're held huko you know, I'm trying to be modest with this thing. If you are kama mtu amekushi, okay, let me put it in a simple term.
Yes.
If a mosquito you are nani, you're making noise with that thing.
I don't want it to get spoiled.
Don't worry. So Jagiro, if you're sunbathing or relaxing in your big house in Nyakach at night, naked, then unfortunately that ndu imeland mosquito imeland huku chini. You don't chapa it
with a hammer.
No, you don't, because you'll spoil many things.
Yes.
So what do? You like it's doing, or there's a way you caress it,
yes,
so that the problem goes away. It's one solution. The other one is that also you can decide and be rebellious and do whatever you're doing and hit yourself with the hammer. You still kill the mosquito, but you also now have to go to hospital. Okay?
Yeah.
And possibility of you losing your future is also here, because your future is your children who are down there. I'm sorry to use this analogy, but
yes,
it is the most evident.
It's a good analogy.
Yeah.
It's a good analogy.
So, in this question of the debt question, Uhuru, Ruto, whoever was there, whoever is still there, and Kenyans knew that something was wrong with these two. Kenyans knew that these people were taking loans. Kenyans heard it on the radio when Raila shouted about kuna mali bilioni 2 ikiingia utasikia rufu yake. Kenyans knew they had people talking about this. But when it came to the time of election, they never used their logical part of the brain. They used the emotional part, and especially that turaku that brought about all the votes.
Turaku.
Yes, that brought about all the votes. Now, we are past there. We are past there. And I'm saying, we are now looking at how do we solve the issue of the debt question. It is only by, one, extending amnesty. If you cannot extend amnesty...
Amnesty to who?
To the thieves.
Hey, my God. Okay.
It is the softest way of getting back this money.
I like that focus.
Yeah.
You are focusing on the thieves.
Yes.
Since we are focusing on
the banks.
How do we make sure?
I'm coming to that.
Let me just thievery does not continue.
Let me just finish. By electing parliamentarians like myself and yourself, who understand what it means to legislate, to oversight, and to represent the people. currently the parliamentarians that we have, quite a big number of them, are serving patronage interests in parliament, including and not limited to serving the interests of some of these lending bodies. You can't tell me, Jagero, when you get to parliament, you are given a car grant of about 8 million plus some.
A car grant?
Yes,
a car grant meaning you are not returning?
Yes. And you're given some small money,
10 million.
around 20 or 25 million for a house.
So where do you stay? Utawala.
Yeah.
Come.
I want you to audit.
Okay.
I want you to audit the parliamentarians today.
Yeah.
Just audit those ones that are, you would say, active, quote unquote, yeah? And look at where they stay. And look at the cars they're driving. Somebody has 3 V8s. One lives in a house that they bought, a home in Karen. Another home is due where. Another home. And their money is not matching that. Where are they getting the excess from? There's somebody who's paying for it. I do lobbying. I know what I'm talking about. When I lobby, I also pay. So when somebody lobbies, and the parliamentarians are getting that, do we have a procedure on declaration and enforcement of auditing gifts received as a public officer? Do we have that framework that is proper? Remember, Keir Starmer has been pushed out of the premiership. Not Keir Starmer, Nigel Farage has been pushed out of his.
But he said he's coming back.
Claton's due what parliamentary seat.
But he said
because of a gift that he received, he had to move out and go and deal with the electorate again. So if the electorate decide to vote him again, they're on a problem. But that is the ultimate stand. In Kenya today, the people who should stop nonsense from happening is parliament.
Okay.
I'll always repeat that.
All right.
As long as we have a parliament where people cannot even speak proper English, parliament where people don't know what they're doing there, they're so confused, they don't know what's happening. It's going to be a challenge.
All right. Your last remarks. My last
remarks is this.
Okay.
I am against the formula that is prescribed by Joachim, that we declare a debt distress and then we lose the currency of the value of our currency. Instead, I am for extend an amnesty. It will achieve us much more by ensuring we have political stability, recovery of the debt, as we institute better laws on stopping any other new borrowing.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Joachim, as we finish, your last remarks?
My last remarks
even as you consider what Adrian had passionately put before your table at the beginning of this conversation.
That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Well, you see, we are not about ourselves.
Yes.
We are
about for the people.
60 million Kenyans.
All right. Fair enough.
Very important. And what I want to tell Kenyans is we do not want to have short-lived victory. Victory is coming, and that's for sure. And we will see it on the 10th of August, 2027. But I do not want that victory to be short-lived.
Okay.
That we only celebrate for 2 weeks, having elected a new government, then come back after 3 months saying, oh my goodness, they are not doing anything different. Because whatever you do, however, this discussion is very important. That how are you going to deal with the issues? The how must always be there. Whether you are going to give amnesty, as he says, if it works, well and good.
Well and good.
For us, we are saying, we are going to say no debt payment, pending an audit, then determine what to pay.
All right.
If that works, well and good.
Okay.
Which means the most important thing is about what we are going to do after 2027. The what next should be very big. Otherwise, hii maneno tunaambiwa hata sisi tupige tu tutajulia mbele.
Maajabu.
Itakuwa ni maajabu. Kwa sababu, even these people that we are voting out, you see, they don't want to give us easy job when we are in government. I'm sure right now they are ravaging everything. If they were stealing 10, they are now stealing 35. Because there is a possibility they are not coming back. So the mess that Ruto found in government that he made noise about, that, oh, tumepata empty coffers, we will get a double mess than that one.
Okay.
Which means the next government has a big job. It's not just about coalitions and who gets into the seats and we continue. No. And if we don't get it correct, the first episode of 2024, June 25th, can come in 2029, June 25th.
Okay.
Because now people have seen our first budget, they have seen how we are running our finance bills, and they know that the next one in 2029 is not going to be any different. They worked so hard to send William Ruto home. He will be back as an opposition, and they will forget his deeds that he's doing today. He will be a very strong opposition leader, and we will be the ones on top of the cars struggling to defend our government by then. Tutakuwa napiga simu Joakim utakuja, anakwambia ai sikuji. Vile watu wa broad based hawataki kukuja. So unawapigianga simu hawataki kukuja because even as wamepatia huyu jamaa anaitwa Owino who? Charles Owino. And he's a better communicator.
Of course, that's a fact.
It's okay, but what are you communicating about? It's the perspective. People have made a decision that this person is bad. It doesn't matter how you package him. Wakisha unbox wapate ni yeye, wanasema hapana. Tulikwambia hii hatutaki.
All right.
So Kenyan people, thank you very important. Sisi hapa tunasema safi na pesa.
Yeah.
I am going to be your next senator. Just hold your horses. You are going to enjoy Senate. Enjoy Senate. So hii maneno tutajipanga, alafu hapo mbele tukue kitu.
All right.
Yes.
Mr. Meruka, I really enjoy
I
your
reiterate.
All right.
And I think the people of the internet have defended me a lot today.
Okay. They have defended you on the comments?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Last time walikulima kulikweli.
Hawana
So I want to reiterate that the single biggest problem we have as a country is corruption.
Okay.
It is not the odious debt because they can still audit that debt and still steal for the people of Kenya. The solution that we have is the full implementation of the Constitution, which creates the foundational resolve of how we are going to resolve that. The Constitution of Kenya that was born out of the 2007-2008 post-election violence deliberately restructures power to prevent the very failures that have plunged this country for a long time. And it is why for the next candidates or the next president that we are going to choose, they have first of all have to tell us what they are going to do to implement the Constitution. And I think when you look at all the candidates that we have, it is only Edwin Sifuna that fits that description perfectly in terms of preamble of the Constitution 2010.
Yeah.
And I know Joakim will say, oh, they have promised they're going to campaign for me. But as a young person who is very objective, not subjective, with my own mind, and looking at all the candidates that we have, and as a believer of the Constitution and the rule of law and ethical leadership and integrity, there's only one man who stands out amongst them all. That is Edwin Sifuna. So please, young people of Kenya and the people of Kenya, Linda Wanainchi imeanza. We must save our country from what has been happening for the last 64 years, corruption, by implementing the Constitution with Edwin Sifuna. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, people of the internet. It's been a pleasure. It's been beautiful. Joakim, you've had. Odhiambo, thank you very much for coming to Political Headache. It's long since we had you here. Mr. Meruka, your star is shining. I'm so sorry for sandwiching you between these two men. They always say, before you come in.
You should have sat here.
Before you come in. I want to thank Mr. John Tess on TikTok and the camera. I want to, his mic was switched off. I want to thank Mr. Frank for everything. Thank you very much, people of the internet. This has been a beautiful, beautiful conversation with more than 1,500 people watching live. It's beautiful. People of the internet, we can't do without you. Thank you very much. Please consider subscribing. Hit on that notification bell so that when we have another podcast like this, you will be the first person to be notified. Until another episode, bye for now.
Alafu mniambie nani aliwatuma kuja kusema
I just had a break to tell you about my new book. You know, everybody says that there is no job, and that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their town, in their city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs, mothers call uncles, uncles call brothers, but there are no jobs. Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many, many jobs around the world and there is no one to do them except you. I work for Americans myself. I work for Europeans. I work for the Chinese. I work for the Australians. I work for the Canadians. And so, because I have done so much for myself, I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a digital book called Goldmine 18 Hustles for Africans. And then in 2025, AI came. People say AI is taking away our jobs. And for me, I'm going to say false. There are actually AI jobs. Jobs are not being taken by AI, but there are new jobs online that are there because of AI. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. And for now, in my new book, we have 25 online and offline jobs that you can leverage on if you do not have a job. So in this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned over the 15 years that I have worked online. So what can you do online? You can become an executive assistant for busy folks in Europe, America, Canada, and get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. Okay? You can build a lot of things, build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce shop without capital, be an affiliate marketer, or you can also become actually an English tutor and tens of AI jobs. If you have a job, that is fine. But I also know that you can buy this book for that brother, for that sister, for that mother, for that cousin, for that husband who is watching Netflix all day at home. Buy it for your friend who is always asking for cash. You know that friend. Now, all the information is on the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or go to my website, which is odworjigero.co.ke.